Oh yeah, he's awake and alive.
It's the 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast with your friend Mike. It's the 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast that you like, 'cause it's free. Here he comes out with Billy Bunched Up. It's gonna start.
Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. Folks, I don't want to hate anyone or anything. I don't want to hate the world. I don't want to sit here and think to myself, hey, everybody is awful except me and my friend Lily and Jill and you guys. That's right, you guys. I include you in our group. You know, if there's going to be an apocalypse of some sort, if there's going to be a holocaust, if there's going to be a comet that hits the Earth, we got to figure out some sort of chain letter or some way to stay in contact with each other, right? Don't we have to do that? We got to find like an abandoned subway station where we can create just our own society. I think we should do that, right? Should we go ahead and start scouting for locations? Who has a location? Who wants to get one for me? Actually, all right, you know what? I apologize. When I say all of us, I mean just me. I'm going to find an abandoned subway station, and me and Jill and Lily are just going to hide under there and not do anything. You're out too?
I'm out.
Why are you out?
I don't want to be trapped in a bunker with anybody, not even someone I'm intimately in love with.
All right. Well, which one of us are you intimately in love with, me or Jill? Oh, okay. I was going to say that seemed like all of a sudden you were telling me something that I was like a secret. That was pretty cool. You're like, I cannot be in a bunker with anyone that I'm intimately in love with. I just said you'd be in a bunker with me. I don't know what you're talking about. I may have misspoke. I'm sitting here with my good friend Lily Bunched Up, who is the producer of this show, and we're trying. At least, all right, I can only speak for me. I won't speak for her because she doesn't like when I do that. She, as I told you, she's yelled and told me to stop talking on many occasions because I've started to say things, and she'll go, "You can't fucking say that. I don't want people to know that."
I've never done that.
Does it all the time.
I never raised my voice with you about any of that.
Grabs me by the tie, pulls my face forward, and she's just like, "Hey, fuck stick. Don't say that to everybody because then I'm going to have to fucking deal with it." I go, "Okay, sorry, ma'am." You know, on second thought, you're out of the subway station. Now that I think about it, you are definitely out of the subway station. It can't happen. You're gone, man. I mean, so you go find a loft or something. Wait, no, there can't be in a loft because the radiation will get into the loft, but not into the subway station. Right? That's assuming that we get, like, there's a bomb or something. Like, the comet won't be radioactive, will it? Dude, I heard an old-time radio show yesterday, and this is fucking ridiculous. This, like, it's so bad to hear what they... I mean, because, again, there's some stories are great. Look, Dragnet's great. Some shows are great. But some shows they just fall apart, like, in seconds. And I know you don't care, but guess what I'm telling you? There was a show about, like, a professor, and he predicted that a comet was going to hit the Earth 10 years prior, and then they thought he was a loony, and they fired him from his grant and whatever the fuck. Well, they pick it up 10 years later, and he kidnaps a couple by gunpoint, and he takes them into a mine. Like, he just descends down there, and then he tells them, yes, there's going to be a comet, and you two are the most important people on Earth right now. But he won't tell them why, and he leads them deeper into the mine. It's twisting and turning, and then I forget what happens. The professor gets shot somehow, and then it turns out he's stolen 2 babies, and the reason he takes these people at gunpoint is because they're going to raise the babies. Now, when I was listening to it, I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, well, is he going to make them fuck and create babies to, like, save the Earth, and that's why they're the most important people? But instead, no, he made them nannies. I'm like, I would be so fucking insulted if I was those people. I'd be like, hey, why can't we rebuild the planet? We should be able to repopulate the entire planet. The two of us, we're healthy, we're strapping, and if you want to, you know what? We've always had a fetish about fucking at gunpoint. So why don't you go ahead and jump in here and make us repopulate the goddamn planet? That's a much more interesting show. Granted, I don't know if it passes the Hays Code in 1948, but still. Isn't that a much more interesting show? A professor kidnaps a couple, takes them down into a mine and goes, yeah, now fuck. And he holds a gun on them. Oh my God, do I tune into that show? I don't know if it's a good radio show. That's you know what? That's more of a TV show. Oh, no, it's more of a movie. That's more of a movie. That's more of an R-rated movie. That's more of an X-rated movie.
It's a book.
You think it's a book? And then the grunting ceased, and all we could hear was the safety being clicked on the gun, and he said, "I'll see you tomorrow." That's the end of chapter 6. What the hell happened in the first 5 chapters? What's going to happen in the next 8? Tune in tomorrow. Let's make this a serial. I'll just read aloud from that book. I should, you know what? Holy fuck. Let's combine the mediums. I write that book, and then I make a podcast where I read aloud from that book. It's like, well, I guess that's kind of an audiobook. Fuck. I just invented audiobooks 40 years after they were invented. Look at me, folks. I've got my finger on the zeitgeist. Or no, my finger's on the pulse. The pulse isn't the zeitgeist, right? Well, whatever the zeitgeist is, I got my finger all in it. Oh, it's gross. It's kind of wet and sticky. I'll be honest with you. Do me a favor, folks. Dry out your zeitgeist if I'm going to stick my finger in it. Although I got to be honest, if our relationship has progressed to the point where I'm sticking my fingers in your zeitgeist, it can't help but get wet. So Lily and I are sitting here in the oldest building in Hollywood, and I guess I can't speak for her. She never wants anything that we talk about to be broadcast. She doesn't. She's like, no, I'm private. I'm a private person.
I never said that. What do you want to talk about?
About how everybody is hated by you and how
I don't hate everybody.
you kind of do.
I hate incompetence.
That's what I hate. All right, let's talk about that. We'll take it from that angle. But I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to care. Like, why do I fucking care? I say it's funny. I talk to my therapist about this every week. I'm like, why do I care about this? This is stuff I should not even. It's not this hard to be happy. It shouldn't be hard to be happy, right? I should not care about these little fucking things. They mean nothing in the larger scheme of things, right? Why the fuck am I obsessed with that or knowing about this or figuring it out? I don't fucking get it. Because I let people live their lives, right? Right? Shouldn't I just do that?
I don't know. I had an experience at Hot Dog on the Stick that I didn't even tell you about.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like ordering a hot dog on a stick lemonade, and she goes,
Let me stop you there really quickly. So you were at Hot Dog on a Stick,
yes,
and you ordered a hot dog on a stick.
no.
No. Why would you order anything other than hot dog on a stick from Hot Dog on a Stick?
Because their lemonade is fresh and it's good.
They have lemonade. Jill is a lemonade person.
Yeah.
She would love it there.
Yes, she probably would. You
Yeah.
can watch them make it. They jump up and down with it.
Oh, I've seen those people in the mall, right? Don't they wear like stripy hats and they jump around in a jug of lemons?
Just like that, and they jump around in a jug.
Oh my God, they're on the cup.
They're
Oh,
on the cup.
that's hysterical. I didn't even see that. Okay, so.
But I walk up and she goes, for 50 cents more, you can have the large. And I said, great, I really like your lemonade. And she's like, awesome. Are you Christmas shopping? And I said, no. And she goes, oh, well, what are you doing at the mall? And I wanted to go, getting a lemonade and hot dog on the stick. But I went, don't be an asshole. Someone's being nice and wants to engage you in conversation.
Yes, exactly.
I'm getting my Mac fixed. I just dropped it off at the Apple store. And she goes, are they good? And I said, well, normally, yes. This one seems to have a problem. It's getting fixed. And she goes, I was thinking of getting one. How much are they?
Okay.
And I went, well, this conversation got weird because
Wait a second. All right, I learned this from our conversation before we went on the air. Okay. You just genuinely don't like personal interactions with
I
people.
love personal interactions. But it went from what are you doing at the mall to sell me a Mac.
But
in like
but she's
30
making
seconds.
and she's look. I granted that conversation went on about 15 seconds too long. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yes.
All right, clearly it did. I mean, you're wearing a circus hat. We should not be talking computers or technology at this point.
Well, and unfortunately,
Although I will say this for her, I will throw this out. I said she's wearing a circus hat. She's wearing a hot dog on a stick uniform.
Yes.
She's essentially teenager on a stick.
yes.
Which, by the way, one of my favorite stag films from when I was a kid and watching it at bachelor parties.
Stop.
Teenager on a stick. But to her, I will say this, though, because she is wearing this as a third-party observer, and I wasn't there, but I'm pretending I was. As a lemon on the counter watching this conversation, as a hot dog on a stick, observing this back and forth, I see that she's wearing her weird, crazy outfit, and she's got the forearms of Steve Garvey from pumping up the goddamn lemonade. You still have your face on from last night's show.
I have a pair of eyelashes on.
Well, you kind of.
That's it.
Well, you say that's it, but when you look, other people are like, "Hey, I'm wearing some eyelashes." You have falcons on your eyes.
I do not.
You do.
I do not.
To the point where...
I hate you because the chicken lollipops and cupcakes asked me about my eyelashes today, too.
See? All right. See, so as a hot dog on a stick observing your conversation, look, again, like I said, it went 15 seconds too long, but I love the idea of a deep technological conversation between a talking barber pole and a woman who is clearly on a walk of shame on her way home. I mean, it is just...
Not true.
Okay. I'm not even joking. Your eyes are doing a fan dance every time you blink. You do realize that. It's just, you've got Gypsy Rose pupils. I mean, it's insane. All right, so you say this conversation got weird because she asked you about the price of a Mac.
How much Macs cost?
Yes.
And I looked at her and I'm like, I don't know. You can go to the Mac store, though. I said, I bought mine 2 years ago, which is why it's being fixed.
Well, see, this conversation's moving forward. This sounds nice.
Well, no, so I related to Eddie what just happened, and I said, unfortunately, what I wanted to say to her was, more than you can probably afford, hot dog on a stick, woman.
You know what's
because I
funny?
was furious.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you're furious. First of all, she's just making conversation.
Here's why I'm furious. I engaged in the conversation. This is a service industry. You have lemonade I want. I have dollars. I give you dollars. You give me lemonade. Yay! Have a great day. No, I don't need to talk to you about computers. I don't.
But you're so angry about it. That's what makes me laugh. And because again, I do the same thing. I'm not poo-pooing what you're doing, or I'm not angry about it. I'm not like, oh my God, you're dumb. Give everybody a chance. Because like I said, clearly that conversation went at least 15 seconds too long. I'm here. Guess what? Here's some money. Give me a lemonade. We'll have a nice little how do you do?
Have a nice day. Thank you for the lemonade.
See, because we're
Yes, and thank you. I say that. I'm nice, but I'm not here to make a friend.
right.
I'm not here to consult on your tech needs. I'm getting lemonade. I went into the candy store and I'm walking around and they're like, do you want to try this? And I'm like, no, I would just like to wander through your store and look at your wares.
Wait, here's my favorite thing in the fucking world. You and I are so stupid because you're just listen to this conversation. You're saying you're like, this is your fucking day. You're out with a clown. You're hanging out. You're out in a mall with a clown. All right, this is what we're bitching about. You and I together, grown adults. We're 50. You realize that we are 50 years old, and this is your day. I went out with a clown to get a hot dog on a stick lemonade, and then I went to the candy store.
That way.
Oh my God! There is.
I went to just get my computer fixed and come home.
Oh, we have it so bad. Holy shit! Oh my God, are our lives terrible? I can't wait to talk about my experience at the car wash. I swear to God. Oh, I'm crying. Holy God. I couldn't believe how mean they were and hot dog on a stick, so I went over to the candy store. Whee! And then my clown and I got in a car and honked our horn and drove away. Beep, beep, whee!
I hate you right now.
Oh,
That's it.
dude.
I don't want to talk with you about personal stuff on the air yet, too.
Oh, dude.
That's the absurdity of all of this, too. I do.
You still have your face on from your burlesque show you produced last night. Whee! And then you went out for hot dogs, lemonade, and fucking candy. Whee! Holy shit! Did the Oompa Loompas carry you to the mall? I want to know, seriously. God damn it. You're not wrong. I'm not shitting on you at all. It fucking kills me because I do the same thing. I get wound up and I start bitching about stuff and then I'm like, what is wrong with you, dude? Oh my God. That's why I'm saying I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a grouch. I don't. I don't have a pet worm named Slimy. I don't want to live in a goddamn can. Holy Jesus, I don't want to fucking yell at Big Bird and shit like that and be the mean guy on the block. I don't want to be the curmudgeon. I don't want to be the get off my lawn guy. Fuck, I don't even own a lawn. We talked about it last week, for fuck's sake. If I had a lawn, I'd be in it with Jodie Foster having this conversation. Bringing her, just feeding her lemonade and candy. Whee! Oh Christ, I am still crying. I gotta wipe my eyes. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, cause you and I sit here and we have that session cause I don't see you. I never see you at all. And then I see you on whenever we're going to record and then we'll catch up on our week or whatever the hell happened. And I wind up just talking about they didn't stock the cooler at work or it's nothing. I am so mad at air and it's like, why? Why the fuck am I mad? Why is it so difficult to be happy? Why can't I just be happy? Because again, you were living a happy morning. Whee! You went and got lemonade. You went to the candy house.
I was not. I went to the bank to deal with bank fraud. Then I dropped off my computer, and all I wanted was some lemonade and go home.
All she wanted was a Pepsi.
Just one Pepsi, but she wouldn't give it to me.
Well, she did, but with a heap and help and a hot dog stick small talk. That was fantastic. I kind of want to go there now. I'm fascinated by those kinds of people. Because again, that is too long. You know, literally.
I'm like, my lemonade is done. I've given you my credit card. Stop talking to me.
You should just, you know what you should do? Just bust out like an Apu from The Simpsons. When anybody keeps going too long, just go, thank you, come again, and turn around and walk away.
But I also feel like, you know, it's 11 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and she's working at Hot Dog on a Stick making lemonade. I'm sure her life is not exactly the way she planned it to be.
But good for her, though, because again, like I said, she's not wrong here.
No.
She's not wrong. The conversation to me as a person went about, like I said, about 15, 20 seconds too long. But good for her for trying to make it fucking interesting for herself because she's working at Hot Dog on a Stick making lemonade and smelling fucking beef all day. And so why not because I used to think that when I worked at 7-Eleven or anywhere, every person who comes up is a story. Is a potentially different. But then again, as I've gotten older, all I've done is piss that away. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about your story. Tell your fucking story walking. I got my own story, and it's being written, and it's unfortunately not ending nearly quickly enough. And the happy ending is just fading into the goddamn distance. It's just fucking taillights. The carrot I'm chasing on my stick is rotted. But man, but at the same time, I don't want to be angry at those people because, you know, I don't want to stomp all the hope out of Hot Dog Girl.
Like, she was a perfectly nice person, and that's why I was like, you can't vomit anger on her. You have to just go, thank you. You should go talk to the Apple people and leave. But inside, I'm angry.
I could vomit anger on her.
Well, yes.
Yeah, I could, and I have, and I will in the future, I'm sure, and I always will. Fuck, believe me, I got to tell you what happened. But
I try to smile and walk away, and I did. I walked over, I hugged Daddy, I told him the story, and like I wanted to tell her, you'll never afford one working at Hot Dog on a Stick, but that's not. I want to be happy, and I hugged him and I kissed him, and I said, let's go home.
you should have talked to. You know what? You should have said it in like Hot Dog on a Stick talk. If she was like, "How much does it cost?" I would have gone 800 hot dogs on a stick. Because that's the only currency base she understands. You should have done that.
I'm like, $1.97 for the hot dogs times 17 times this. You can get them out for
Yeah, 745 hot dogs on a stick. So you know what? Bag them up.
2 lemonades.
Yeah, you got to throw the lemonades in there, and no small talk. Keep that to yourself, because that just makes the price go up and fucking up. But yeah, that's funny. That's the only currency she understands. Like she's all. But I mean, there are people out there where like I said, at least she was friendly and nice. Because again, there's different extremes. Because and that's the problem is me. Okay, because I will see that and I will make fun of it and be like, I got a load of this chick. Because that's my back of the bus growing up type of guy who wants to make fun of the girly swat. You know what I mean? But then there's the me who went to Starbucks the other day. And look, I don't drink coffee. I don't know anything about it, but at my work, everybody there is addicted to coffee. And if we don't go to, there's a coffee joint in Venice that they really, really like. And I forget the name of it, but it's a local, it might be, it's a local one. Although I think, you know what, I think I saw one did Jill and I see one in New York? We might have. It's called Groundworks. And I guess we have a tab over there or something for my work because they'll send me over to just grab a bunch of coffees and I don't have to give them any dough. Like it's a thing where I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea how they work it. But because it's the only reason I notice that is because when I have to go to Starbucks, I have to, they hand me money. When I go to Groundworks, they go just pick up the coffee. So I don't know if they pay with a credit card online. Who fucking knows? But I go there and they'll say to me, do you want anything? And for Groundworks, I've never gotten anything because I'm not a coffee dude, so I don't care. So the first couple times I went and picked stuff up, they have pastries and they have, chocolate espresso beans and all that bullshit. But I never knew if that was going to be something I could order. So they asked me finally, they go, want anything from Groundworks? I go, yeah, you know what? I'll get a breakfast burrito. They said, seriously? I said, yeah. They go, you don't want any coffee? I go, no, but breakfast burrito costs just as much as the coffee. It shouldn't be a problem, right? I mean, they go, well, we don't know. We never ordered food from them. And I said, well, give me a breakfast burrito. Went and grabbed it, came back to the shop. Fucking great. Like a really good breakfast burrito. I mean, not like the ones I made at Jill's house, certainly. I mean, not like the Pioneer Woman's recipe, but it was really good. It wasn't like the best breakfast burrito in Los Angeles. We know where that is, don't we? Have I talked about that on here? I always get a breakfast burrito from fucking Hugo's Tacos with like carnitas, and they make their carnitas with orange. I've talked about that a million fucking times. But there is a really good place that makes breakfast burritos in Burbank called Corner Cottage.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, they only serve breakfast burritos from like 6 a.m. till 11. And I swear to God, I talked about this on here because I've gone there. Like when I used to work in Graveyardville, I'd go, fuck, I'll get a burrito. So I would drive up there, and by the time I got there at 6:30, there'd be a line out the door. Sometimes I'd get there at 6 and there'd be like 8 people waiting at the door, waiting for them to open. Like the lights weren't even on, and there were people waiting there to get a burrito. That's how good these burritos are. I actually had Jill try it when she was in town last time. She's like, whoa, that salsa's really good. I'm like, yep, it is. But the worst part is when you'll be in line at Corner Cottage, there'll be like, 10 people in line, and everybody, and they're really super fast. They're like the cheeseburger guys of burritos. By the way, that's a reference that people our age get, and young people have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. I'm learning that now as I refer to things. There'll be stuff I'll say and I'll go, you know what, there's no way anybody knows what I'm talking about. And look, I can do that 75% of the fucking time, but there are these antiquated references, and you're like, dude, it's like because I don't do stand-up very much anymore, and by very much I mean ever. And I've thought about sitting down and putting together bits and stuff, and then I'm like, dude, but I would really have to concentrate on my references, because I'll tell you what, there are comics in the Midwest that I grew up with. Not grew up with, that I started doing stand-up, and they were there. And they work all over the place still. They work clubs and things like that. And I think to myself, man, if I was a young person, like if I was 25 and I went to a club and this person was there headlining, I wouldn't know what to do with myself for their entire set, because they're 50 now. So that's a 50-year-old man trying to be funny to a 25-year-old. And by the way, I recognize completely that's exactly what this podcast is. All right. It's a 50-year-old man trying to be funny to 25-year-olds, but I'm not really 50, as we've discussed earlier. I'm just kind of a dumb fuck. I'm an ageless dumb fuck. That's what I am. I belong to no time period, folks. I'm me. I'm in the ether. Grab me. I'm there. So I just, I can't imagine going in and seeing, and I'm not going to say any fucking names, but I mean, there are guys out there when I see that they're going to be playing, and I'm like, oh my Christ, no, that's not happening. Really? Because just sitting there, I find it painful to see them myself, and I'm their age. And now I figure out some 25-year-old has to go. And I told you, I've talked about this before, when we were doing game show workups and stuff, and I created like an Animal House category. 22-year-old kids had no fucking idea who Dean Wormer or John Belushi or any of that was. These are people who impacted my youth. It was funny, I was talking to my trainer today, John, and he goes, oh my God. He goes, did you see the Star Wars trailer? I said, I didn't watch it yet. And he's like, what? I go, well, it went all around Facebook. And I go, the first wave, I thought it was a goof, because they've made so many fan trailers, all these people, that I didn't want to get sucked into seeing old footage repackaged. He goes, no, dude, it's the one for the movie. I go, well, I'll see it. I go, I watched the Avengers of Ultron one, the Revenge of Ultron Avengers, whatever the fuck. I go, I watched that and it was amazing. I don't want to overdose on it though, because I want to see the movie. I just don't want to get caught up in watching so much off the trailer that it kills it for me. But I'll definitely watch the Star Wars one. And he's like, yeah, it's really great. It's so cool. You got to see it. And I said, he goes, next year's a huge year for movies. He goes, because Star Wars and Ant-Man from Marvel and Batman, Superman, and he goes, and Terminator. And I rolled my eyes and go, oh, Jesus. He goes, what? And I go, Terminator again? Like another Terminator? He goes, yeah. And I go, does this pick up where Nick Stahl left off? And he goes, what are you talking about? I go, well, Nick Stahl. And he goes, dude, no, the last Terminator had Christian Bale in it. I go, what are you talking about? No way. And he goes, yeah. He goes, the last Terminator had Christian Bale. I go, Christian Bale did a Terminator movie? I go, was he John Connor? And he goes, I think he was. I'm not sure if he was or he wasn't, but I'm pretty sure he was. I go, what about the one with Nick Stahl, where he was in a cave in Nebraska or fucking New Mexico or something? And he goes, no. He goes, I don't remember that one. I go, is Schwarzenegger in the new one? He goes, I think he is. And I was like, oh my God. And it just made me realize how horribly out of touch I am to these things, to a lot of things. And then also it dated me because he goes, yeah, it's going to be a great year for movies. I go, dude, that's like 1984. I go, when I was a kid, in the summer of 84, Gremlins was out, Aliens was out, Ghostbusters came out. I go, it was insane. And he's just staring at me like, He's like, yeah, because he gets it. He knows those movies, but I guess he just doesn't understand what it was like to go to the movies, and those were your choices. And dude, here's how strong the choices were. One year, I saw Honey, I Shrunk the Kids like 5 times just because I couldn't get into Batman in 1989. You know what I mean? It was like that thing where it just, that's how it worked. That's how I just went ahead and did that. I would go do that all the time. And now, dude, I haven't been to a movie. Jill and I went and saw Nightcrawler. Did I talk about that on here? It's fucking awesome. It's a great movie. But I saw that. Now I want to go see more movies and do stuff, but I fucking work, and then I come home and I wait to go see my girlfriend. I just this thing where and again, I've made myself small. It's my own fault. And I don't mind that. You know what I mean? It's like, I just wish that she was here and we could go to movies all the time. That's what we would do. We'd go to movies all the time. I'm going to take her for a hot dog on a stick. She's probably she's home. And she's from Wisconsin, so believe me, there's been a ton of bad shit on a stick at the fair there. So she like hot dog on a stick. She's like an old hat. She's like, yeah, no, I've heard about that. Who cares? Call me when you guys get fucking horrible ham wrapped in a Twinkie on a stick or whatever the fuck they have at the fair. Jesus, if there's nothing that they will not fry in Wisconsin, there's fucking shoe on a stick. I had this. This is God's truth. I was at the fair. I had stick on a stick. What's bad? Stick on a Stick, by the way, the sequel to Teenager on a Stick in the world of porn. Stick on a Stick is the alternate version. I think Jeff Stryker's in it. Check it out. Stick on a Stick. It's fantastic.
Who's in it?
Jeff Stryker.
Oh.
You know what's funny? Like Jeff Stryker will be like, I think did I ever tell the story? All right, I'll tell this story. Did I ever tell the story about when I tried out for a Follies review show in Tahoe?
No.
I never did? Okay, I have to tell this story. Remind me where we were at. We were talking about something else.
Starbucks.
All right, should we? Are we going to remember to do that?
Talk about Starbucks.
Talk about that instead?
Yeah.
I'll get to both of them. All right. Well, all right. I'll tell you what. Whichever one I talk about, you remember the other in a novel way. You remember that, and then remind me about it later. Wouldn't that be great?
I won't remember.
Don't you have a pen? You have a marker and a pad. Can't you jot something down?
Not my job, man.
Wow.
Your job is the script. My job is the audio.
My job is the talking. Your job is to keep track of it and make sense of it. It was like it's funny because you know what? They have a guy like Podcastathon. They have a guy who does Jimmy's show at Never Not Funny. They have this guy Daryl Asher, and Daryl does Never Not Notes for the show, and he's compiled it, and so he's become part of the Never Not Funny universe. So I came out at Podcastathon on Friday, and I sat down, and someone told me, or Jimmy, I said, Pat, I know you played tennis with Daryl Asher today, because he did. He played tennis with him that morning. And then I said, it's good to see that Daryl Gravy trained his way into another fucking part of Never Not Funny. And dude, look, I don't know if it's just late when I get to fucking Podcastathon. People forget that I'm a smartass or something because they think I mean stuff. And I'm like, dude, no, I'm totally kidding. So then Daryl from the audience, he says something like, I always gravy train myself in here for free. He said something. And I go, well, Daryl, you've now spoken more than I have at Podcastathon. And again, I thought it was funny, but no, everybody thinks I'm mean. Like because here's the thing. When I do this in a podcast and I do it, and they're just like, oh my God, that Mike, what will he say next? He's so mean. But then when I'm in person and they do it, they go, holy fuck, that guy really is mean. But I'm not being mean. I'm just being funny. But this is you know what though? This is why I'm no longer friends with Jimmy. Seriously. And I don't mean it in a literal way, but one of the reasons we kind of stopped hanging out was because he was tired of I'm going to get that fucking thing. Did you see that thing? It came right at me. Holy God. You have the only flying thing. Was that? Wait, that might have been an eyelash. Hold on. Hold still. Something just came flying at me, and I totally swung at it twice, and I missed it. But I'll get it. I'll fucking get it if it comes back. It may have been an eyelash.
I don't think it's an eyelash. Both of my eyelashes are intact.
You know what?
And they look spectacular, as I was told twice today.
You know what's funny though? Actually, I just realized because remember those aren't eyelashes. That's a battalion of moths on either of your eyes that you set loose to do your bidding. That's what it is. It's like when in the fucking Wizard of Oz when she let the monkeys go. You've got a battalion of moths on your eyes. The moths have left your eyes. Who sings that song? Asia. I'm changing the game, Moth. Who said that? Me.
Kiss.
Quoting myself. It wasn't Kiss. It's so funny. Like I was at Never Not at Podcastathon. Well, fuck. What all right. Now I've got 10 things to talk about, and I gotta focus. We gotta do something. You sent your moth at me. You sent your fucking moth to silence me, and I refuse to be silenced.
I have no idea. You're waving your hands in the air at invisible things.
Well, I'm waving them like I just don't care because I don't. Obviously, I think it's pretty obvious. Obviously, I think that's obvious. It's so obvious I had to say it was obvious twice. 4 times now. 6?
Obvious.
Some words, when you say obvious enough, it loses its meaning. You ever get a word like that where you're saying it and you're like, that doesn't mean anything anymore. It just sounds like,
Literally, that has never happened.
ha ha, that's my friend Lily Von Stupp. She's the best and this is her song.
I am editing that and making it my ringtone.
All right, go ahead. All right, hold on. It's between that and the moths have left your eyes. You should definitely put that in there. Do the version that has you saying nope in it. If someone should make that your ringtone and just send it to you. That's right. I always throw it out to the fans because why not? Why did I fucking reel the fan in and make him do something? All right, what were we talking? Oh, so yeah, when people see me do stuff, because
The Follies. I wrote them both.
oh, okay, good.
They're right here.
No, so it's on Podcastathon, yeah, because that's why Jimmy and I were friends, and then and we're still friends. I mean, I see him and all that, but he was tired of my relentlessness, I guess. I think that was the term that was used. Because I'm kind of, ball busty, I suppose. But I can still be a normal human being.
When he had a little mini Jimmy.
When he had Oliver?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck no. I was out the door long before Oliver showed up. I think he wanted to get me and the stench of me out before he brought a child into the world.
No, but I mean, do you think that compounds, because you're childless and we lead a different lifestyle.
Clearly.
Obviously, lemonade and candy.
Clearly.
Do you think, although they have...
I lead Oliver's lifestyle, basically.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's part of why you guys aren't
Well,
going out all the time.
he grew up.
He's got a kid,
Yeah, he grew up, and people grow out of relationships, But I mean, after countless blizzards of emails and talks and things like that, there was also the fact that I was mean a little bit, and so that became a thing. Who the fuck cares? Nobody cares about any of this nonsense.
So anyway, you're...
but I want to tell you know what.
Starbucks at the Follies.
I'll talk about that in a second, but I want to talk about, because I did Podcastathon, and everybody gave money to the people who have just gums or whatever the fuck, and good for them. I'm glad they made their money.
Smile Train.
Yeah, that's what it is. Smile Train. People of the world.
Really?
Yeah, why not? I'll throw the OJs into the mix.
Oh my God.
All right, so I
You were dancing.
in my head I was singing Love Train, and I'm just like, well, I'm not going to sing it. I already sang The Moths Have Left My Eyes, and which is from who? You don't even know. I'm gonna write that
Oh
down.
my God, there is something in here.
I told you. Whoa.
It's a feather. It's right here.
No, that is absolutely not a feather, because it came at me and then it took a lap.
Floating.
How did a feather float past me, float into the living room? I'm not. You know what though? No, that's not the thing that came at me.
Okay.
Am I Forrest Gump? It's possible that I'm Forrest Gump.
Bro,
Is that feather going to float down next to me and I got to talk to an old lady at the bus stop? Is that what's going to happen?
you will, and you'll have some chocolates. Yay.
Wait, does this make Jill Jenny?
Oh no.
No, it doesn't. Jenny's a terrible person.
Jenny's a terrible person with AIDS, and she dies.
And she had AIDS, and then she came back. She's like, "Hey, can I have some money and you'll take care of this kid?" And he's like, "Yeah," because he's fucking retarded. Like, you know what? That movie won the goddamn Oscar over Pulp Fiction. You do realize that, right? All right. So,
Did it really? Was it
yes,
even- oh.
Forrest Gump beat Pulp Fiction for the Oscar. And that was the same year Martin Landau beat Burt Reynolds for. No, Martin Landau beat Boogie Nights. That's later on. That's 97. That's 2 years later. What the fuck? How did the show
I can't
devolve?
believe you didn't get a part of the Follies with this kind of knowledge.
How did it devolve into Oscar trivia? So, but there was. Oh, so all right. So
Smile Train.
I want to tell this story. I'm at Podcastathon, and I was on at 11:45. So I got there and I walk in, and in the back in the green room, there's Ackerman, and Todd Levin was there, and a bunch of people are there, and it was fun to see them, and everybody's really cool and nice to me. And I went to it's not Liesel, it's Liesel, I believe. And she took my photo, which is actually up on my Facebook page. And it's like, I'll tell you what, because she's a professional photographer, and they do this thing where they take their Polaroids. Rick does those, and then he Polaroids, it's Polaroids portraits, and he does a thing, and so they do that for the show, and then they auction them off, and they make money for the show. And I think he put together a gallery showing of them and did very well. Rick's a nice guy, so he took a couple of Polaroids of me. There was one where it was like this Old West filter looking thing, and then they tweeted that out, and then he took a normal one, I suppose. Whatever, I signed them both, and they auctioned them off. So yeah, I'm sure mine are. And if you buy Rich Summers, you'll get Mike Schmitz. Like, it's that kind of thing. Nobody fucking wants my signed thing. But then I had to pose for Liezl. I believe it's Liezl. I can't. It's Liezl. It's funny. I made her say it a second time, so I knew it. And I fucking chili dipped it now. But when I walked in, she said, "Hey, let me get a photo of you." And as you know, I always try to approve my pictures. I'm an idiot. I'm just so dumb. But I went over there and I knew, because I have Mex will do the face. The fucking kind of one. Literally the smirky. It's on my driver's license. You guys have seen it. So I took that picture and then she sent it to me. Now, and I have to get headshots, like new headshots, and try to get acting work and stuff. And you always look different to yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror every day, or you see yourself on a selfie or anything like that. But to have an actual professional photograph of me. And it's unretouched, and so she sent it to me and it said, Facebook is like, do you want to put this on your timeline? So I'm like, yeah, of course. So when I just did that, I put it on my timeline today, and then I enlarged it and I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, like I don't, as I've lost weight, my face has gotten different. My cheekbones are more pronounced and my eyes have always been deep set in my head, but my eyes look like old and weird. I don't even know how to explain it. I look older than I thought I did in the picture that she took. And I don't think I look old or bad. I just thought I was just kind of not ready to see that I looked like that. And I recognize that's what I look like, but if for some reason it was different because the lighting, and it's a really good camera. And I was like, wow, because you can see every line around your eyes, and you get, I look craggy. Like, I didn't think I looked craggy because I used to have such a full face. Like, it was big, round moon face. And so in my head, I'm still kind of, Fat Mike with that gigantic face. And what's funny is if you look, when I was on the show, I put up a picture of me and Jimmy Pardo and Ace Frehley from when I was really super fat. And it just looks like there's Jimmy Pardo and Ace Frehley, and then there's a grandmother from Chicago, and then there's a giant infant lurking behind Ace Frehley, because I look like a huge baby, because I was a big fat guy with a big fat round face, and you become, when you become super fat, you become infantilized, and also you're feminized almost. Like, all your masculinity kind of disappears because you've just got a big round cheese face, and it's just you look like a lady or something. I don't know how to explain it. You look like fucking Edna Turnblad. So no matter what, that's how you look. So to see this picture of me with I look weathered. I liked it. I'm not disputing it. God damn it. Have I talked for 10 minutes about a photograph of myself? I think I may have. Jesus Christ. Enough. I'm backstage at Podcastathon, and I walk in and Rich Summers there. And he had done his segment, and I had seen it before I left the house. And he had brought a board game, and they didn't get the chance to play it. But so I walk in and I look at Rich. I go up to him, and he's a very nice man. I should tell you, I've only met Rich twice. He greets me as if we're best friends. He could not be friendlier or nicer or more approachable. Just it's funny, I say just a normal guy, but that's what he is. He's an actor who happens to be on a really great show, and he's kind of famous, but he's super cool when I talk to him. So I walk in and I go up to him and I go, "What are you doing here?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm kind of wondering the same thing." And I go, "Well, I go, you didn't play your game." And he's like, "No." And he goes, "But that's why they asked me to hang out, because they're going to play the game." And I go, "Dude," "come out with me and play the game." He goes, "What?" I go, "Just you come out with me and we'll all play the game. It'll be great." And he's like, "No." He goes, "You do your segment, man. People want to hear from you." I go, "Nobody wants to hear a goddamn thing from me. We've been here for 15 hours or whatever the fuck." I go, "You'll come out, we'll play the game, and then you can just go home or do whatever you want to do." I go, "But it'll be fun. We'll come out, we'll have a thing, we'll play the game." And he's like, "Nah, I don't know, man." And I go, "Dude, the offer's on the table. If you want to do it, that's fine." He goes, "Oh, okay." So I sit down and I'm talking to Gil Martin. And this year there was a guy kind of in charge of backstage. They always have Caleb helping. And I think a guy named Rich, and Kyle helps. And these guys all help backstage. But this year they had a dude there, and he was kind of a guest wrangler. Because I had gotten emails from this guy before too, where they were like, "We'd love for you to do this, and would you do it?" And everything was done through him this year. So that's fine. I mean, it's an event, because that's the thing. Dude, what started out as me and Jimmy and Matt around his fucking kitchen table, has developed into a machine that raises over $140,000 a year for a charity. That's fucking insanity.
Pretty awesome.
All they had to do was cut me loose. Now, success followed quickly behind. So I said that to Rich, and Rich was like, okay. So he gets up and he takes a walk, and I'm talking to Go Martin, and I'm in the back of the green room, and the publicist dude or whatever he is, the guest wrangler, he comes up to me and he goes, Mike? And I go, hey. And he goes, here's the thing. We're going to bump you a little later. Because they had already done some guest jiggling anyway. Because, like, yeah, no kidding. How much was that at auction? You can jiggle the guests. Well, like Scott got to go. Scott went in a different slot, whatever. I don't know. Fuck. Sometimes people gotta leave, or they arrive, or there's somebody who's late, whatever. So I'm in the back, and the publicist guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, Mike, we're gonna bump you down." He goes, "After this segment, Rich is gonna go out and he's gonna play his game with the guys, and then you'll be after that." And he tells me that, and I go, "Okay," and I just look over his shoulder, and I'm staring at Rich Sommer, who's in the hallway. I'm just like this really mean face, and I'm just staring at him. And he's in the hallway, and he's talking to Todd Levin, and he's there. And then I know he felt me looking at him, and so the publicist goes over to talk, and he kind of talks to Rich, and Rich turns around and looks at me, and I go, "You motherfucker." And he just starts laughing. He just fucking cracks up. And I go, "You couldn't fucking wait to cut in line and play this fucking game to get home, could you?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "I had nothing to do with it. They came to me." And I go, "Sure." I go, "I fucking suggested." And you go up to him, and I'm 5 seconds later, now you're going ahead of me to play your goddamn game? Fine, Rich Sommer, play your fucking game. And he's like, "No, dude, seriously, I didn't mean to do that at all." He goes, "They came to me. That's what they wanted to do." And he's like, "Fuck you, man." He goes, "If I fucking want to play my game, I'll play it." I'm like, fine. But it was great. He's, again, so fun and so funny. So I'm watching the segment unfold on TV, and Rich is in the hallway. And then the guy comes back and he goes, "Jimmy would like Mike to go next. So, Rich, hang on, and we'll get to your game and go ahead." And I just looked at Summer and I go, "You're goddamn right." And he just laughs. He's like, "Fuck you." And he sits down, and then I went and did my segment, and in my head I wanted to call Rich out to play the game, like, cuz that would have been fucking great, cuz dude, I walked out there, and these guys, I don't know how they fucking do it. They're troopers to go through it and do as much time as they possibly can. And the audience too, the audience is out there, and I walked out, there were people, I think there were 2 people sleeping in the fucking audience. And so I sat down, I'm looking at them, and I literally wanted to just charge out there and fight everybody or do something to wake the fucking place up. But that's backfired in the past, because last year I dove out a window and landed, and I thought it was going to be like a big, yeah. And I stood up and everybody's like, "Oh." I'm like, "What? I'm okay." I'm not a live comic. I've decided that nobody can take me live. Nobody knows how to fucking deal with me. Because, I mean, I'm crashing into walls, and I'm talking, and I'm saying things that are, because I don't mind fucking being mean, because it's funny to be mean, but it's all comically mean. I'm not really mean, but then again, I'm basically 6'2", 260 with a mohawk. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I guess that really doesn't look like a guy who's out there to have fun. Maybe. I don't know if I'm an intimidating presence. I can't figure it out. But I hugged Jimmy and lifted him up, and you see that I'm friendly. Look, I'm a big, gregarious, fun guy. Everybody hug me. Line up. I'm a decent hugger. Bullshit. I'm a great hugger. I'm not going to lie to you. Ask Jimmy Pardo. Well, you won't, because you won't get near me. You're fine. That's fine. We are arm's length.
I hug you goodbye every time I see you.
You're not going to hug me until you get into that subway station and you finally confess your love for both me and Jill.
Oh my God.
That's right. You tried to get away from it earlier. You were like, you know what? I can't go to and share a subway station with someone I'm intimately in love with. And I'm like, wait a second.
I said I can't do that. I certainly can't be in there with people I'm not.
Whoa. Hold on a second. In 40 minutes, you're changing gears, and now you don't love me and Jill?
I love you guys, but I'm not in love with you. I don't want to spend eternity in a subway locker. Not a locker.
Not a locker. Well, I'll tell you what, though. After a week, you might be in the locker.
I don't. Yeah, no.
Are you breaking up with us? That's what it sounds like, quite frankly. You just said you're in love. You love us, but you're not in love with us.
Solo, man.
Are you really? You're going to be like Lord Humongous? You're just going to be out there fucking Ayatollah of Burlescarola? I love it. Armed with only your fucking ninja eyelashes, sending your maws to do your bidding? Fucking perfect. If the world ends.
These are lovely eyelashes, I've been told.
I just enjoying the breeze.
That was me blinking.
That was.
You needed to see the visual.
Listen, no, people get it. They don't. Nobody needs to see me put my hands to my eyes and go. All right, if you want to know exactly what I was doing, listen to this noise. But picture the hungry man from Pan's Labyrinth who had his eyeballs in his palms and he put them up to his eyes so he could see the little girl and then he chased her. He shambled out after her. That's what I did, but I'm not thin and I don't have eyes in my hands. But I used my hands as if they were eyelashes. I need water.
Can you tell me a little bit about the Follies or Starbucks?
Listen, I'm telling people about my weekend. They need to know. People want to know. And then, show ends, they don't play Rich Summers' game.
Oh, man.
On air. After the show, got some beers. Me, Jimmy Pardo, Pat Francis, Matt Belknap, Rich Summer, Wayne Fetterman all played Rich Summers' game until 7:30 in the morning.
I don't believe that for a minute.
We had the theater all night. Why not?
I don't believe that for a minute. I believe Jimmy went, I'm exhausted, goodbye.
Well, that was part of the game. That's what he did on his turn, and he went home. And then,
On his term, he went home.
yes, and then we Skyped him in. He FaceTimed us from the car.
I don't believe any of this.
This is all true.
No, I don't believe
We
it.
had our own podcastathon, like a second podcastathon. That's what we did.
Don't believe it for a minute.
We did another 13 hours by ourselves. Just like the old days. We never did 13 hours in the old days. In the old days, 13 hours meant I think that was 4 months of work for Never Not Funny. Or 3 months. 3 months? Yeah, 13 hours. Yeah, because it was about an hour every week, I think. Then it started to grow exponentially. Now they have video and a cast. That show's so big, they got a dude who just types shit into a computer and yells out the answer. Like, it's fucking bizarre. Like their own answer dude. Like Garen works there. He's like the guy in Deal or No Deal who hides in the shadows. That's who Garen is.
He's a shadow dweller?
That's who he is. But he just wrote horror. He wrote some horror fiction. And they
Is
put
it horror fan fiction about Pat and Jimmy and you?
Oh no, it's actually horror / fiction about Pat and Paul Stanley Puppet. Oh, and then he took his fist and he put it inside him. All right, so
That's a mean thing for a puppet to do to a person.
oh, look at you with a twist. That's Lily Von Stupp, and this is her song because she's great.
Oh, now it's great.
That may have been a different version.
It is.
I
That's
think.
the second verse.
Okay.
Same as the first.
Not same as the first. No, I go
But
different.
You tell me about Starbucks or the Follies.
Why do you want me out of your house so badly that you continue to shove me in the form of in the way of
Remember, I'm trying to remember.
you're trying to push me toward a story. I don't like it. Well, let's talk about this really quickly. You went to Hot Dog on a Stick, and of course you had your back and forth in your rigmarole, and I was saying that person is friendly and cheerful, and then we make fun of that because we're just like, we're kind of snarky, smarmy, back of the bus type of people who are misfits. We are. Don't even try to pretend that we're not.
Make fun. I just didn't want to engage. I never want to engage.
Yes, but you probably rolled your eyes and went, oh, Christ, enough of
I
this.
rolled my eyes and said it's my fault for talking to her. I should have simply said, no, I'm not shopping.
You said, bah, humbug, and you walked away, and you put on your nightshirt, and now we're waiting for a fucking guy to come in and clink his chains and take you to see yourself in the past. That's what we're waiting for right now, Scrooge. I cannot wait till you lean out of the fire escape at the oldest building in Hollywood and go, boy, fetch me the biggest turkey in the window. Never mind, my moths will do it. You just send them off. They swoop off your eyes.
Why are you so mean?
I'm not at all.
Why are you so mean to me?
Oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Send me 30 emails about that.
Sometimes it's for you.
A little bit. So we were talking about that, and I feel I go this route. This route. I was going to say this way in this route. I said this woot. I am woot. I find that person to be, cheerful and perky and happy and peppy and bursting with love. That, and you say sometimes they're for me. That one was for Heidi. Heidi wanted to bid on the photograph. Whatever, nobody cares. All right, shut up. So this person is being cheerful and friendly, and they're engaging you. And like I said, when I worked in retail, and to this day, to a certain extent, I try to put my best face on for people and try to be funny or whatever. But the problem is, once people started to learn that I was a comedian, I couldn't do it anymore. Here's why. I think I've told this story. I was working at Pacero's Pizza in Chicago. All right, not Chicago, in Lisle, Illinois. I was in Lisle, Illinois, and I was working. and I was doing stand-up. I was the house MC at the Funny Bone on the weekends, or I would go out of town and do road gigs. But when I was in town, I worked at the pizza joint. I was a prep cook, and then I worked. And this is when I cut my hand on the slicer and all that stuff. Well, I would work the register during lunch or whatever when it got busy, because I was good with numbers and I knew what to do and I knew how to ring everything up. And also I could handle crowds. I mean, I was engaged and I was talking to people and I was funny and friendly. Well, there was this business dude who used to come in all the time, and he was super cool. And he would try to be a smart ass. And when I was saying super cool in an ironic way, he was the cool guy of all of his business friends. So when he would get up to the counter, he would try to be all funny and cute, and I would bury him like every single time. Anytime he would say something, I would top it. Anytime he would say something, I would top it. Because we here are playing at a level that most will never understand. So you might be the funniest dude at the insurance office, but when you show up and I'm there, take your silver medal and go home.
Yes.
So this would go on all the time. He would come into lunch, and he wasn't being a dick about it. He was just a professional dick. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he wasn't like, I'm gonna burn that guy today. He would just be all smarmy and smartassy and talk to the girls, and then we'd bury him, and I just let him. Every time he would say something, it was ping pong, but it was like he would be running all over the court, returning everything, and I would just be standing in the center going bink, 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 like returning everything he had with no problem. And this went on for a while, and I would be working. He'd come in, and then I was working at the Funny Bone, and some of the guys saw me. Some people came in to see me, and some of the people from Paceros came to see me. So I was working the register, and this group came in, and then this guy came, and of course he was at the window, and he was being a jag-off, and I was and it was the first time he ever said anything. And he goes, man, you're really a comedian, huh? And I said, and I forget even what I said then. I said, sir, sir, I'm here to give you pizza. But I made it kind of deprecating and funny. And Keith, who was the assistant manager at the time, was next to me, and he was pounding out the drinks. And he goes, he is. And the guy goes, what? And I never told anybody. That was the whole point. I never told anybody because of this moment. Keith went, he is. And the guy goes, what do you mean? And he goes, he is. He's a comic. We went and saw him at the Funny Bone over the weekend. He was just there. He works there every weekend. And the guy goes, oh, don't quit your day job. And he won. There was no way. I mean, there's nothing to say. I'm standing there in a t-shirt ringing up his pizza order. That's why I never told anybody I was a comic, because fuck me, I'm not. Right now I'm making pizza. I'm not a comedian who happens to be slumming here making pizza. No, I'm a pizza dude who's trying to make it as a comic. So when Keith told him that, it was like all of a sudden all of my armor went away, and the guy just went right for the fucking heart and just went, oh, well, don't quit your day job. And again, hack line, ridiculous, whatever. But all of his friends cracked up because he finally won one. And, yeah, but it didn't matter. He should have never won. I wanted a shutout. I wanted a fucking shutout. I know you shrug, but if anyone ever gets over on you in any capacity whatsoever, it's infuriating.
It is.
Yeah.
In the moment.
And I've tried to control the narrative. Right. But this is why I'm in therapy. I try to control the narrative on fucking everything. I try to stay 3 beats ahead of everyone. So they don't get to say that to me. So nobody I told you, I've had fights in my head. I know what I'm going to say. Everything, if any guy comes in and he's a jag-off or all this stuff, I recognize it, and I know what's going to happen. So for him to be able to get that, like I said, it was like literally in a sword fight, and I was exposed for the first time, and he fucking went right for it. And his friends laughed and that was it. And I was still me, whenever he came in or whatever, and did all and made him look, because I mean, overall, I guess I made him look worse because I'm just a pizza guy and I'm making you look stupid. You know what I mean? And even though if I am trying to be a comic and you think I'm a failure at it, I'm still better than you at this. And I'm handing you cheese pizza. Easy 4chan, real cheese pizza.
No, I don't go to 4chan ever.
All right, it's a long story.
I try to have a life.
Okay. Well,
Life.
I've been. Don't pretend like I fucking live there. Trying to turn it around on me. I'm sorry, hold on a second. You try to have a life? Why don't you have another 45-minute conversation with Hot Dog on a Stick, Mrs. I Have a Life?
I'm never talking to anybody. I don't like to carry on conversations with people.
I don't go to 4chan because I have a life. Yes, you do. Whee! I have such a great life. My boyfriend's shoes honk. All right, so. And look, I'm saying this in a nice way. I love you and Eddie. You guys are great. I'm teasing. Oh, man. man. All right, so there may or may not be a show next week, folks. We'll see. So my point is, I would always try to engage and be a nice person at the register, and did that. But I could read people. So if I saw you come up to me and I started to talk to you, and I saw steam start to come out of your ears, and I saw your eyelashes and the moths start to get poised to attack, I would know not to engage you any longer. I would hand you your lemonade and smile and let you move on into the night. So I kind of knew how to do it. So I recognize where you were frustrated and she should have backed off and left you alone. Now, though, I will say this. And we can actually have this in the form of a quiz. Well, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Let me tell the story first. I had to go to Starbucks, as I mentioned, and I said I used to go to Groundworks. That's how I spun off into that. Breakfast burritos and everything like that, and then the best breakfast burrito in town. It's funny, because now I think back and I'm like, dude, what? Your moths are fighting against my bees today. Now that you think about it, it's like I'm pulling out bees and your moths are just parrying and thrusting. You got thrusting moths in your eyes. The thrusting moths have left your eyes. Anyway, I had to go pick up coffee. Whenever I would go to Groundworks and grab stuff, I never had to pay. But when I have to go to Starbucks, see, because that's the thing, they call Groundworks, they get the order, I just go and I grab it. But when I got to go to Starbucks, not only do I have to pay, but I have to order. Which means there's a drive-through. There's a drive-through Starbucks by my work. But whenever you pull up, there's like 12 cars spilling into the street. So it only makes sense to park and go in. So I'll park and go in. I apologize. I'll head to Starbucks, and they give me money. And they always have to give me an extra $5 because I have to stop at a used bookstore and grab a thesaurus. So I know exactly the adjectives I have to use to order coffee at a fucking Starbucks. Holy God. And look, I'm not trotting any new ground here. I'm not telling you anything you don't know about ventis and grandes. But when you start factoring in everybody's call, everybody's shot that they order, everybody's fucking, half calf with a fucking knickerbocker twist and a smile and all that other bullshit, and you're like, oh my Christ. That's right. So they give me the list and I'm looking at it. So I have to get like 8 drinks in total. And like I said, some of them have whipped cream, some of them don't, some of them are sweetened, some of them are not. Some of them are like a half hot chocolate, half coffee. One is a passion fruit tea. One is, nobody wants coffee. And that's fine. Again, like I said, I'm not treading any new ground here. Or trotting in any new ground. So I get there and I park and I go in. Now, here's my dilemma. Here's what I say to you, folks. I'm new to the whole enterprise. All right, so I just got to read it off a piece of fucking paper. But there are people who are there who are veterans of the experience, and they've got their drink that they know that they want, and they call it, and bang. Well, Starbucks, they're supposed to know and be ready for every bullshit combination you could possibly come up with, right? Right? So I get in there, and, I've got 8 drinks, and normally if I was going anywhere else, I'd be a little frightened, but at Starbucks, they're a fucking machine. They're a coffee house, and they bang shit out, and everything goes out the door, so I'm not worried about it. Unless Janelle is manning the register. I walked up. There's Janelle. Let's paint a picture of Janelle for you right now. Janelle has her hair done in a way where she has, for some reason, yellow yarn worked into her braids. Look, I work in Venice. I see everybody doing all sorts of dumb stuff. Some may look at my haircut and question that, even though I am clean, ampersand sharp. However, this fucking yarn was, it looked like, it really didn't look like it was supposed to be there. How do I put that? It looked like she fell asleep at Joanne Fabrics and then woke up and went, I'm late for Starbucks, and ran out the door. I mean, it is just a cat's cradle on her fucking head. And I'm like, oh my God. So Janelle looks up and she says, hey. And I said, hi. I said, I have a big order here. So should I just kind of start saying it? And she's like, oh, well, what is it? I said, well, it's some coffees and some teas. It's a bunch of stuff. I'm coming from work, so I don't really know. There it is.
What the fuck?
You see it, right?
Feather.
It's not a feather. Dude, how could a feather fly into the other room and then fly back after me?
It's
Stop sending your death feathers. You will not change me or who I am. I will not be taken to a comfortable afterlife. All right. What are you talking about? You're trying to kill me with feathers and moths. That's too Gumpian for my taste. If that really is a feather and it's just floating around and it refuses to land, then honestly, I think you how did I, with the Gump thing going on, how did I miss the ping pong metaphor for me and the guy at the fucking, the pizza joint? I went with tennis. Fucking dumb. I don't deserve that feather. I don't deserve to be called Gumpian. And I hate mowing lawns. Well, literally mowing lawns.
Oh my God.
Metaphorically.
Is this a 4chan thing?
Metaphorically, I am a fan of mowing lawns. Take that, you freaky piece of shit. You don't mow another guy's lawn. That's from a movie. Someone will know. All right. So, Janelle says, hey. And I said, I have this big order. And she goes, what is it? And I said, all right. First of all, you should probably throw some water in your face and wake up because you should join the rest of society and open your mouth when you speak. She was like so lazy she couldn't be bothered to open her mouth. And she's just like, oh, well, I can figure all that out. I said, great. So here's the first thing I need. I need a half hot chocolate, half coffee. It's a grande. She goes, okay. She takes a cup and she turns around and walks away. And I'm like, Janelle, and I go, do you have to get all of the drinks? She goes, no, I'm looking for my marker. I'm like, okay. 10 seconds to find the marker. And then she has to go and she asks a couple people for one and then she finds another one. She's, oh, okay. And I go, all right. And she goes, your name? I go, Mike. And she said, all right. And she goes, and what is it again? I said, it's a half hot chocolate, half coffee. She goes, and she beep, 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 beep. And she rings it in. And I said, that's a grande. She goes, oh, I thought you just wanted like a whatever the small is, a venti or whatever. So she has to delete that and then put in the grande. Dee, 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 dee. And she goes, okay, and your name is Mike? And I said, yeah. And she goes, do you want whipped cream or anything on it? And I said, I do not. She said, okay. And she hands the person the cup. She goes, next. I said, I need 2 iced green teas. She goes, 2 green teas. I said, iced. She goes, okay. Beep, 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 beep. Your name? Mike. All right. Takes the marker, takes 1 cup, writes Mike on it, takes the other cup, writes Mike on it. I go, this is going to be all together. So if you maybe tell her that the next 7 drinks or 8 drinks are me, you don't have to write my name down. She goes, oh, no, sir, we have to write your name down on all of them. I said, okay. So I said, one of those teas is sweetened and one is unsweetened. She goes, okay. She takes the cups and she goes, which one is unsweetened? There's no tea in the cup yet, Janelle.
Oh my Christ.
Pick a cup and pick. Honestly, I don't think I need to pick the carrying case for the sweetened tea and the unsweetened tea. If you write it on there, that lady will make an unsweetened tea, correct? And so I even said, I go, well, I don't decide that, do I? That's because now I'm in Coffee Thunderdome. I had no fucking idea. Pick a fucking cup and write a U on it, motherfucker. I don't know what you're doing. Right. You know what? Do me a favor. Draw a picture of Mick Ronson on that cup. She'll know exactly which one is sweet and which one is not. So she fucking takes the cups and she's like, okay. And then she writes whatever she's got to write on there and then she hands her the 2 more cups. I said, okay, I know I need a passion fruit tea. She goes, oh, I don't think we have that. I said, you don't carry it? And she goes, oh, I think we're out of it. I said, okay. Is there an authority figure we can consult, possibly? Is the Lord of the Teas in? Someone we can talk to about whether or not you... Because, Janelle, you're putting a lot of the onus on me here, and there's a line building, and I don't even want to fucking be here. So I said, well, can you check? She goes, yeah. She walks over, and I guess there's T row, and she puts her finger down and slides along it, and comes to the passion one and opens it up, and I can see it's empty. She walks over, she goes, yeah, we're out of it. I said, okay, well, I will move to a different drink, and then I will call this person at my work and find out what they want. And she said, okay. I said, all right, well, I need a hot chocolate, grande hot chocolate. She said, okay. Do you want whipped cream on that? I said, I do. Plenty of it. Tons of it. A bunch of it. She's like, so double whipped cream or extra? I said, yeah, extra. That's fine. Because I'm talking too quickly for her, obviously. So I'm dialing my phone and I call Venice and I call the shop and I'm like, hey, they're out of passion fruit tea. And she's like, oh, well, just get me a green tea. And then Janelle is just standing there. She's not doing anything. She's holding a cup. And I'm like, all right, do you need, fine. And I go, all right, so you just want a green tea, ice green or regular green? She goes, no, that's fine. I'm mad they're out of passion fruit. Just give me a green tea. I said, that's fine. All right, thanks. And I hang up and I look at Janelle and she goes, name? I said, pardon me? And she goes, I need your name for the hot chocolate. I said, Janelle, my name is Mike.
Oh my God.
I told you 4 times. And I literally said, I told you 4 times. Because the people behind me are they're mad at me because I'm on the phone and they think I'm the one causing the problem and I'm not. And I said, I told you 4 times. She goes, well, I just wanted to make sure. Which makes that, to me, that answer, let's explore that answer for just a second. I just wanted to make sure, makes me think that in her head, she had a spark where she's like, Mark? Mick Ronson. And then she drew him on the cup for the sweet tea, and then she forgot that my name was Mike. So, you know what? That sounds like a bit, but that's on the fly, folks. That whole Mick Ronson nonsense right out of the fucking brain pan. All right, so I said, yeah, so it's just a hot chocolate with extra whipped cream. And she goes, and Mike. And I go, yes! Now I'm getting kind of pissed. So I said, all right, and now I need a hot green tea. And she says, okay. And I said, and I need a chamomile tea while you're over there. And she said, I think we're out of that. I said, well, could you just check? Or call the tea baron or the tea party or fucking Mr. T, whoever the fuck is back there who will know if you have fucking tea. I'm so mad. I'm not saying those things, but I'm mad in my head. But then she just ambles over and she finds, she's like, we have Earl Grey, we have black. And I'm just like, oh my God, just 2 green teas. Just make them 2 hot green teas. And if the girls want to sort it out, they can fucking sort it out. And so then is that 7 drinks? That's 2 iced green teas, half hot chocolate, half coffee, 2 regular green teas now. And then the last thing, she puts it all in. And I said, I also need an iced chai. She goes, chai? I said, yeah, chai tea. Iced chai tea. She goes, I think we're out of that. And I go, you got to be kidding me. She goes, well, no, we're out of most of our teas. I go, it's not even a tea. It's like a fake tea. I think, right? And she goes over. She walks away and goes over to the people by the drive-thru. I should tell you, by the way, the drive-thru fucking humming. A guy dominating. Cars are going around and around like it's a fucking NASCAR race because they are getting their fucking drinks and getting the fuck out of there because they were smart enough to put the dead weight of Janelle on the fucking indoor register. That's why everybody goes to the goddamn drive-thru, because the fucking Janelle is inside there. That's right. Unleash the Janelle. She's like the Kraken. She's like the goddamn coffee Kraken, and she is doing nothing but causing woe and despair upon those who would wander in for their caffeine fix. Stay in your car, motherfuckers. Do not go into the goddamn Venice Beach Starbucks. And by the way, I am not narrowing it down because how many goddamn Starbucks are there in Venice Beach? They literally just built one a block from this one. And you know what? I could have walked over there and gotten my drinks in the time it took to make the one fucking hot chocolate that she couldn't fucking figure out. Goddamn Janelle. Last drink. Chai tea. I don't think we have that. Oh my God, check. Walks over, asks the guy, and he's like, yeah, of course we have chai tea. It's like, and she comes back over, she's like, all right. And I'm like, a grande iced chai tea. She goes, a latte? And I go, no, just a iced chai tea. She goes, okay. She takes the cup. She looks at me.
No.
Name?
Oh my God.
I'm not joking.
Oh my God.
And I'm sitting there, and because now I think it's a bit. Like I'm waiting for Howie Mandel to come out and not shake my hand. Because that can't be real, right?
Oh my God.
So I'm standing there, and I know the reason. I mean, I had a furrowed brow. My craggy face had collapsed inward on itself. Even the people behind me in line now at this point are just, I think they're just organizing a posse to keep me from going over the counter and murdering everyone. And I'm staring at her, and she's got the cup. And she's not being indignant, and she's not being rude. She's dumb.
Yep.
She wasn't trying to be someone who got my goat or get under my skin. She wasn't like, well, this guy's being a dick, so I'm going to stretch this out. I mean, I was being pleasant and nice. I didn't raise my voice. I got a little bass in it, maybe. But she was genuinely dumb. And so she said name, and I looked at her and I said, Janelle.
You didn't.
And her face froze for a second because she didn't know how to process what she was hearing. Again, dumb. So she's standing there. She's got the cup. She says name. I say Janelle. Her brow furrows. She tilts her head to the side like a dog with its head out the window of a car. And she said, did you say Janelle? I said, yes. She said, that's my name.
Oh no.
I said, right. She goes, but that's not the name you gave with the other drinks. And I said, no. But maybe you'll remember this one. And she, again, dumb, didn't laugh, didn't flinch, didn't know that I was dissatisfied, none of it. Just fucking looks away and goes over to the coffee person, rings me up. It was like $20.18. I gave her $21. And she then had to go. I feel embarrassed even saying it. The drawer opens and she puts the money in and she goes 18 and she says 19, 20 when she takes the pennies out. And then she goes 30, 40, 50 when she took 3 dimes out. And then she took 2 quarters and went da-da. And the thing that made me laugh was she did the dimes on purpose because they were 10s and it got her to 50 for the quarters. She didn't take the quarters. You know what I mean? Like she could have given me 3 quarters back. Yep. It was just, you could just dumb. So, and I get to the end and like, this never happens in Starbucks. My drinks are done. Of course, because they're all doing their fucking job. They're banging everything out. They're whipping the cream. They're teeing the tea. They're fucking doing whatever the fuck they got to do. They're halving the half. They're halving the calf. They're putting in the fucking half venti and the shots and all of it done. Bang, bang, bang. The drive-through, zing, 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 zing. People are practically throwing the coffee in the car and throwing the money and the guy's catching it with one hand. It is a conga line outside. These people are killing it. And you turn around and there's fucking 13 people in line waiting to go through the Janelle. Fuck you, Starbucks, for unleashing the Janelle. And she didn't even have a fucking friend or a backup to come and help her. There was nobody alongside of her, helping her, taking care of business. You would think that they would. You would think that she was training. If she was training, whatever the fuck was going on, you would think there would be somebody there who would be helping her out. But no. And that's why I say, hot dog on a stick, I will take 10 of her over one fucking Janelle. It's just that person who's just there to make their day better and they're trying to make your day better and they're engaging you and they're kind of in the moment. In the moment. Janelle was never in the moment. Janelle's never been in the moment. Janelle's not even in the fucking species as far as I know. She was just she was sloth come to life. She's one of the 7 deadly sins. Lust, envy, greed, wrath, gluttony, pride, and Janelle. That's it. That's the whole fucking list. And I'll tell you what, I would have taken all 6 of them serving me coffee over fucking Janelle. You ever had Lust serve you coffee? That's a fucking great afternoon. Unbelievable. And I have to know that the rest of the people knew that because they kept their distance from her. You ever do that trick when you're a kid and you put salt and pepper in a bowl of water and then you drop dishwashing liquid in it and everything separates? Unfortunately, it's an unfortunate joke. I won't say what it's about. But when you're a kid, you do it and you're like, ha ha ha. Well, that's what it was like. It was like literally she was the dishwashing liquid and everybody else fucking scattered. Like they wanted nothing to do with the Janelle. They had unleashed the Janelle in the general public and let them all fend for themselves. Terrible. So I fucking bailed. The drinks were done. And she even had a face like, yeah, sorry. I'm like, yeah, no fucking kidding, sorry. grabbed the drinks, and I took off. Fucking went back to work. And I just put everything on the fucking shelf. And it was ridiculous. It was just, I go, look, and they're like, why are we over there for so long? And I go, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just so bad. It's so bad. Because we have people at our work who are kind of hinky sometimes, but it's like nothing like that. It was just, I was shaken. I was actually shaken, like to the point where I went, I fear for, how does this company stay afloat if that's who you're putting in front? Is it because there's so many Starbucks, they're running out of the good people to fucking do it? I don't know. I thought barista was like something that you were supposed to be proud of, or you took some pride in, or it was like a specialized thing. Not Janelle. Fuck that. She's ambling over to the tees like she's a fucking walker out of The Walking Dead. Heading over to look at him. It's like, dude, don't you acquaint yourself with the tea situation before you don the apron and man the fucking register? God damn it. People are counting on you. They need their caffeine fix. Everybody in this fucking line is shaking because they got to get a fucking half-calf shot of venti espresso down their goddamn throat. And honestly, I'm actually glad that they're all shaking, kind of wired out, because if they were that wired up from the caffeine, Janelle would be dead. She'd be dead by now, right? Someone would have killed her and hollowed her out to live inside of her at this point. So bad.
Wow.
So bad. So that's why, again, I will take 10 of hot dog on a stick cheerful girl than fucking ambling Janelle. I will. Because that's what you just need to engage. You just be in the present. You need to be in the moment. And look, I get it. You don't want to talk to her. That's fine. She may have taken it a little too far. That's fine. But if you sit there for fucking 25 minutes trying to get a goddamn lemonade, things would have been a little bit different, right? Right? Yes, absolutely. So I walk back into work. Like I said, I put it on the counter, and they're like, why did it take so long? I go, dude, you didn't even want to fucking know. And I said, and they're like, did you grab straws? I go, I didn't grab anything. I ran for the hills. Honestly, I had to get the fuck out of there. They go, tough? And I go, I'm not going to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. So the girl who works there starts going through. She goes, all right, the ice cream teas, who's got ice cream tea? And then who's got the half hot chocolate, half, and she's, giving them to everybody. And I'm standing there. She says, Mike? I said, yeah. Who's Janelle? And I look over. And on a glass of iced chai tea is the name Janelle. And I can't decide if that's the dumbest or the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I said, what? And she said, who is Janelle? I said, Janelle is the reason I'm not going to get coffee ever again. You guys can get me at mikeandmikeschmidtcomedy.com. You guys can be my friend on Facebook at facebook.com/the40yearoldboy. Follow me on twitter.com/the40yearoldboy. If you want to be our friend David Hernandez's friend, and you should be, David Hernandez is amazing. He does all of the music and the artwork for this show. And he also has first of all, go to facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez and be his friend there. And while you're there, look at his page and see how fucking brilliant he is and how genius he is. And look at the artwork he's done for this show and think to yourself, you know what? I would love for him to do something for Christmas, some sort of painting for me, or perhaps a song. I don't know if he does songs. I don't want to say that, but I know he does paintings for sure. He does plenty of artwork. And you can go to artbydmh.com, ARTBYDMH.com. And check out all of his work and hire him to do some paintings or portraits or whatever you would need him to do. But go ahead and hire him and he will do it because he is the best. And he is a Renaissance man who can do anything you ask and do it very, very well. Our friend Lily Von Stupp is the producer of this show. And you can follow her at several different Twitter accounts. You can go to twitter.com/MNTs, twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and twitter.com/LilyVonStupp. You can go to facebook.com/LilyVonStupp and be her friend there, or at least request friendship. I don't know if you'll get it, but you can request it. But if you'd like to write her a personal note, and find out exactly what's on the shirt she actually wore to Hot Dog and a Stick today that I didn't mention when I talked about it. Wee!
Fuck off.
You can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com. Children love the Island of Misfit Toys. Here come some kids now.
Hey, Mr. Man, you got GI jerk off?
Yes?
I want a wee spit. How about a turd puppet?
Certainly.
Do you have cinnamon eye drops?
Well?
You got Fat Baby Fall Down?
I'm not...
I want a What's in My Turtle toolkit.
Okay.
I need Befoul My Unicorn.
Sure,
Do you have electric soap?
Yes, of course we do. Right here at the Island of Misfit Toys. The variety never ends. A subsidiary of Mike Schmidt Comedy.
That's $10,000, Connor. Ha ha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're a mean one, Mr. Schmidt. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Schmidt. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. You're a monster, Mr. Schmidt. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You got garlic in your soul, Mr. Schmidt. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. You're a vile one, Mr. Schmidt. You have termites in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Schmidt. Given the choice between the two of you, I'll take the seasick crocodile. You're a foul one, Mr. Schmidt. You're a nasty, nasty squirt. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of dirt, Mr. Schmidt. The three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote, "You're dirt, dirt." You're the rotter, Mr. Schmidt. You're the king of sinful sots. Your heart's a dead tomato squashed with moldy purple spots, Mr. Schmidt. Your soul is an appalling dump heap, overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable, mangled up and tangled up knots. Nauseate me, Mr. Schmidt, with the noxious super nos. You're a crooked jerky jockey and you drive a crooked horse, Mr. Schmidt. You're a three-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. And I am right now, I have sweaty palms and I'm having withdrawals and the shakes, folks, because before we talk about dancing and stripping and ladies and stuff, I will tell you this. Well, no, I'll tell you after. Let's talk. That sounds stupid. Well, here's why I'm distracted right now, because on Lily's table with her computer, there's a bag with like 3 pieces of candy, and it looks like a Starburst and a lollipop and a mint, like one of those Starburst mints, like a little peppermint mint. But on this same bag, there's medicine, and the medicine is orange. So when I see the orange medicine and I see the candy, I would rather eat the medicine because it's orange, because I like orange. But then, because I'm looking at the orange medicine, then I look at the peppermint Starburst, I thought it was an orange-flavored peppermint Starburst. And I was, not Starburst, Starburst mint. You know what I mean? It's that one of those pinwheel mints. You know what I'm talking about? But there's an actual piece of Starburst in there as well. But what's that purple thing?
This?
Yes.
It's Mexican gum.
Okay. I don't want to eat. It's those little. It's chocolates that they sell on the street. Oh, okay, I see. So are you saying it's?
This is actually.
So that's Bubblicious with a Z.
Orange one.
Is it an orange mint? I thought it was orange, right? Well, because the medicine was like making it look orange. No, it's red. It's peppermint.
Smell it.
Smells pepperminty.
Okay.
I don't know, but it looked like an orange mint. But I wanted to eat it.
Can I put it back with the rest of the candy now instead of over there?
Can I eat the medicine?
Sure.
What's-
You want to know what it is?
No, that's the fun part.
It's Sudafed.
Don't say anything. Why are you telling me? Now I won't eat it. I like surprises.
Well,
It would have been like if you would have said, "Guess what?" and just handed it to me, dude. Red pill, blue
it's
pill.
right there if you'd rather have that.
No. The whole point was it was orange. I don't care what it is. I don't want to know the brand name. I thought I was going to be into the Matrix if I ate those orange pills. That would have been awesome.
No, red or blue.
Eh.
Orange in the Matrix.
There is if I want it to be.
I don't think so.
Can I tell you this?
Sure.
I know Kung Fu. Hi, that's our friend and producer. That's Lily Von Stupp. She's a producer of this show, producer of many shows. She's a Jacqueline of all trades, if you will. She possesses many hats, and all of them are lovely and rhinestoned. She is the proprietor, the sole provider, like Michael Bolton would tell you, of a show called The Monday Night Tease, as I mentioned earlier. It's on the Three Clubs. It's at the Three Clubs Club on Vine at Santa Monica. And hi, Lily.
Hello, Michael.
I think I said hi to you already once,
That's all right.
but I got a little distracted by orange medicine candy. So let's talk about this past week at the Burlesque Festival Show House Extravaganza. It was, it's not a show I'm ever going to attend. All right. I respect the art, and good for them, and I'm glad the ladies had a good time. How was Meat Fest?
Meat Fest was meat-tacular.
Really? Almost cocktacular?
It was. We dipped the halls.
They're still cleaning up, I would imagine.
We dipped the halls. We had some jingle balls.
You dicked the halls with balls, right, Molly? Right, Molly?
Balls, right?
With balls, right, Molly? There was a pause there. I need punctuation in my song. Where's Victor Borga? We dicked the halls with balls. Right, Molly? Victor Borga makes that song better. It's a song I just made up. So you please continue.
Oh no! I'm good.
Don't you want to tell us about the show?
It was good.
It sounds like it was great. I'm going to Borga this whole show up. I should have been Borging from the beginning.
You're Borging, all right.
God damn it. You know, that's actually my favorite Batman movie, Batman Borgins. Batman and Victor Borga team up to fight crime. All right, so Meat Fest sounded awesome. Actually, I heard that noise a lot at Meat Fest. All right, so it was good. It was fun. Who was there?
It was everybody. We had 11 performances. It was fucking spectacular.
Now, were you a hosting type person?
I sat on the sideline and got a face full of meat a couple times.
Wow, that sounds great.
Was for me.
Let me ask you this. How do you go to and do that at a Meat Fest and then so closely after Meat Fest go for hot dog on a stick? Just trying to relive the show?
I don't understand what you mean.
All right, whatever. I'm saying you had tons of meat at the show,
Yeah.
and then were you like, oh my God, I missed the meat, and that's why you went to hot dog on a stick?
Well, if you remember back to our earlier conversation, I didn't go there for a hot dog. Apparently, I went there to talk about Max.
Here is a concept you are not familiar with. It's the yes and concept. So if I say that you are there for a hot dog and a stick and it compares to the Meat Fest, you're supposed to go, yes, and guess what happened? And then we have a fun time. That cool, refreshing drink?
Yes.
All right. Well, do you? Meat Fest was great. You don't want to go into detail and tell me what it was?
It was spectacular. There was Puss in Boots. There was Little Ralphie from A Christmas Story. There was a Han Solo. There was Christ. There were a bunch of characters, and for the life of me, I can't remember most of them.
Well, that's fine. And then at the end, they had like Macho Man. They did the whole thing, and
we closed. The penultimate act was Sisters from White Christmas, done by Tito Benito and Matt Finish.
Which he was Mr. Was he a newcomer? What was he at the Hollywood Burlesque Festival?
Most comedic.
Matt Finish.
Yeah, and so they did the penultimate act with a duet. It was
All right.
a band dance. It was spectacular. And then we closed with 11 guys on the stage doing Macho Man.
Got to be one.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Awesome. And I understand that. Should we plug that or talk about it or no?
What?
Meat Fest.
No.
Okay. Because I mean, from what I heard, it was going to Carnegie Hall. Is that true?
It is. Yeah.
Practice with your meat, fellas. You'll get to Carnegie Hall.
Oh my.
So good. Well, that's exciting. So, guys, if you go to brownpapertickets.com and you look up our friend Lily Von Stupp, or you look up Monday Night Teas, all the tickets are available for all the upcoming shows.
You didn't ask me what's upcoming.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing now. Because look, they're going to buy them blind right now. They're going to buy it blind. So go to Brown Paper Tickets and look up Lily Von Stupp and Monday Night Teas, and you will go ahead and pick up tickets for all the upcoming shows. Like,
Well, during the quick break, I made a phone call to Starbucks, and Janelle's premiering next week.
really,
I'm an asshole.
is her stage name Who's Janelle?
Her name is Janelle. We ain't got no tea.
Yeah, we're out. We're out.
No, next Monday is Eddie's birthday. And
That's,
we're doing the Toys for Tots
that's-
drive.
Oh, have I mentioned how strongly I feel about that drive?
Yeah, Eddie was a Marine. The Marines are involved with Toys for Tots with the Salvation Army, and so we're doing a whole fundraiser not fundraiser, but a whole toy raiser and we have all the acts are toys.
Here's how strongly the Marines believe in Toys for Tots. Osama bin Laden was murdered with a potato gun.
I don't know that that's true.
It's true. They shot him with a Nerf gun.
I don't.
He was shot with a Nerf gun. That's how, and then they gave it away at the next Toys for Tots.
I don't think that's true.
That's how strongly the Marines believe in it.
Eddie was a little confused though because he did not realize it was Toys for Tots, so he agreed to the show but was a little confused by that.
Oh, he mixed his vowels up, didn't he?
Yeah.
He thought it was Toys for Tets, all of the veterans of the Tet Offensive.
Yes, he did.
That joke is for me only. I don't think anyone else is going to get it or know it or care.
Yeah, I can get you on
Toys
it.
for Tets? Actually, I put that on. And we just have toys for all of the veterans who are still alive from the Tet Offensive. There has to be a couple, right?
What are we giving them? Wooden blocks and
Slide whistles.
and slide whistles. Actually, bring an unwrapped slide whistle.
All right, well, awesome. So that's Eddie's birthday party next week. That sounds like it's going to be extravaganzally fun. And are you involved? Are you in?
I'm not actually performing in his show, I don't think.
All right. Well, and that's because he's chosen all of his favorite burlesque acts from the last 10 years.
I don't have a toy act.
Yeah, it's got to be a toy thing.
Yeah, it's all toys.
Okay, is Eddie hosting?
He is.
What? He's working on his birthday?
He is.
Oh, man.
And then we're all going to Shin Ramen afterwards for ramen.
Shin Ramen after the show? How late is Shin Ramen open?
They're staying open late for us. We're having a big after party.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's like when I did my birthday show there, and then I tried to go afterwards and go and eat at the Thai place, and it was closed, for fuck's sake. Thanks. So please call Shin Ramen and make sure that they're going to be open. You don't want to wind up shivering in the cold without noodles.
Oh my.
And it is cold here and rainy and fucking terrible. Oh my God, the rain is brutal. Dude, the good news is Jesus washed my car. Normally I have Jesus do it, but today I had Jesus do it from the skies.
He's crying all over it.
Because you know why? Because he realizes, you know what? Mike's waited a long time for this. Because I've tried, I actually tried to get my car washed. Should I tell that story? Fuck. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to tell it. Did I talk about it on here?
I don't
No?
think so.
A couple of weeks ago, Jill was coming to town. So, oh, Jesus. A couple of weeks ago, Jill was coming to town. So I needed to wash my car and wash my house and do all sorts of stuff. So I woke up in the morning and I put off the car wash until late because my car was full of recyclables. Like I recycled water bottles. Like right now, I try to keep a neat car. My car is very neat, except in the back right now, there's probably 200 empty liter water bottles because I just drink them and throw them in the back. I was putting them in bags, but then every time I would turn left or right, the bag would tip over and they wound up on the fucking floor anyway. So now I just stack them in the back and who cares? Because then I go recycle them and I just scoop them out of the car. It's fine. And I'm the only one in my fucking car ever. You know what I mean? It's just me and Ribs ain't talking. So I'm fine. Everything's okay. So I went to wash my car on the day of her flight. She was arriving that night at like 9 o'clock. So there's a car wash that I go to by my house all the time. It's right around the corner. It might be, I don't know, a quarter mile away. And so I'm like, all right, well, I got to hit there and I'm going to get a haircut. I'm going to do this and that's fine. And so I got up and I'm driving. It was after the gym, actually. I left from the gym and I went right over and I pulled up. And they have an early bird deal. Like if you go early in the morning, they will wash your car and it's only like $8 because normally it costs me $25. So today Jesus saved me $25. Thank you, Jesus. If only you would send Moses with the armor all. So, because he's in charge of that, right? I think he is. That's the guy. He comes down with the 2 tablets and the armor all.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's true. So I pull up to the car wash and I go driving up and as I pull up to get the early bird wash type special, they're closed. Forever.
What?
They had been open on Saturday, and that's why I was like, I made a note. I'm like, oh, I'll come back on Tuesday and go ahead and pull in and get the car washed. Tuesday, I drive up, and it's closed, and I'm like, wow, fuck, why are they closed? And then I notice it's chained closed. Like the fucking fences are chained, and there's a big sign that says for sale by owner and rental of property, whatever. And I'm like, dude, why? Why is this? How do you, I mean, look, Lenny Dykstra lost money on car washes. Like, I get that, all right? But he was a fucking knucklehead. I mean, of course, dude, they've been there forever. I've been getting my car washed there since I moved here in 97. That was the place, because it was close. It wasn't good. It was fucking terrible. It was so bad, as a matter of fact. My friend John Bizarre is a comedian, very funny guy, and he wrote a book called Giving You the Stink Eye. And if you can find it, it's fucking hysterical. It's a funny book of just short essays and letters and things that he's written. And in this book, I didn't know, I'm reading it, and there's a letter to a car wash. And it's to my car wash. He wrote this letter to them, and it's one of those things that starts up that really nice, and then it's just devastating by the end, ripping the workers, destroying the guy, and just savaging him. It's fucking hysterical. And he sent it. I know he sent it because that's who John is. John is a funny dude. In this book, I think I've talked about this on here before. There is an essay in this book that I cried reading, laughing. And do you know how hard it is to read something and cry? I mean, like, to literally, like, to something to make you laugh so hard you cry when you're reading it, because you can put yourself in that position and you see what's happening. Yeah. Oh, I don't get the book. It's called Giving You the Stink Eye, because John Bizarre is fucking hysterical. And it's a funny book throughout, but there is one, I almost want people to get it and read it and tell me the one that made me laugh so hard. Because again, it is also about something that would never usually make me laugh. It's something that I would just be like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to discuss that. But his story is so fucking funny and visual, and you can put yourself right there, and it made me think of being a kid. I mean, I saw it happening in front of my eyes. I absolutely saw it happening. It is hysterical. So it made me laugh my ass off. So John took out my car wash because it's a terrible car wash. It was awful, but they were close to my house and I didn't care. So I would go there. And again, how often do you wash your fucking car? Once every 3 months? Big deal. So I'd get that done. I get the punch card. That was fine. So I pull up and they're fucking chained closed. Like all the fucking gates and everything are totally chained and the sign is up. And I'm like, oh, dude. So you think you could find a car wash, especially here in Southern California, folks. Well, I start driving up and down the main thoroughfares, and I'm not seeing anything. So there's one that I know for sure that I can go to. So I pull over to this one. And again, I should say it's probably like 9 in the morning because I had just finished at the gym. It was super early, and I'm trying to get a jump on my day because my love is coming to town. So I head to this gas station. No, I apologize. This was a car wash. This wasn't a gas station. It was a full-on car wash. I pull up, and I wait, and they're open. Nobody comes out. Usually, there is just a gaggle of Mexicans. Is that the term? There's a murder of Mexicans. Usually when you pull up,
I think it's just a large group.
it might be a pride. There might be a pride of Mexicans. It might be just a big, huge bowl of La Raza. That's what I call it.
The sriracha racha of Mexican.
There you go. No, la raza, viva la raza. So usually it's just there's a pride of Mexicans waiting to wash your car, and then there's the negotiator who comes out with his pad, and he's like, "What do you want, sir? You want this? You want this? You want this?" And I'm like, "Look, here's what I want." And he goes, "What about this? Do you want this? Oh my God, no. What flavor do you want your car to smell like? I want it to smell like this a lot. Done." And then you go in and you pay, and you read birthday cards that have headlines from the year you were born, and then you play Galaga. And you buy gumballs from 1974, and you sit in a vibrating massage chair that costs $1, and then you play Space Invaders, and then you play Mortal Kombat, and then a Mexican waves an orange flag in the sky, and then you give him $5 and you leave. Well, now, that's usually what happens. Instead, I'm out front, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm waiting. I'm like, where's this pride of Mexicans? Where's this gaggle of Mexican dudes who want to fix my car, who want to wash it up, who want to clean it up, who want to help me, who want to make my car impressive because my girlfriend is coming to town and I have to have her drive in a chariot befitting of her countenance? Nobody. There's one sleepy dude against the wall. And he looks like he got up at 4 and picked coffee until now, and now he's sleeping it off. And the only thing he's missing is poncho and sombrero. He's in the classic pose, the siesta pose, with the hat tipped over the eyes, with the hands folded in the waist. I actually looked around. I thought there was going to be a gunfight. I wasn't sure what was happening. I had pulled into a car wash in the Old West. I was waiting for Gary Cooper to come out and pull on me. You can't draw on me, Cooper. Keep it holstered. It's not noon. So it's 9 a.m. As I mentioned, I get an early start on the day. But Cooper, he pulls on me, draws me, he goes, "It's noon in New York." He comes after me. I lay him right the fuck out. Take that, Cooper. Fuck you, pride of the Yankees. That's right. I engage in an early morning gunfight at a car wash. And I'll tell you what, Cooper shot at me 4 times and missed. I shot once and put him down on the ground. I put him in a hole in the fucking ground. He was pushing up goddamn daisies. You think fucking Juan Valdez woke up to fix my car? No! Head bowed, hands in lap. So I'm waiting. And I actually go in and I look around and I see nobody. So part of me wants to be a smartass and just start doing my own car. Except for the fact that I'm eternally lazy and would never do that in a million years. And it was funny. I told Jill, I go, "I got to get my car washed today." And she goes, "Honey, I'll wash your car." I was like, oh yeah, that would be really fucking great. And I'm like, there's actually a do-it-yourself wash joint down in Hollywood, like in Santa Monica. And we could go, it's open like 24 hours. We could go at like 2 a.m. You could wash my car naked. And she goes, "I would do that." And I was like, holy God, Juan Valdez, hold your stool, friend. Hold your position. But because I would do that. All right. So anyway, I was like, I'll get the car washed maybe another time. Because I got to go case that neighborhood to make sure it's okay to have my naked girlfriend wash my car in it. So that guy's sitting there. I look around. I don't see anybody. So I go back out to my car. And by the time I get back out to my car, dude, this guy has sprung up from his siesta position and he has come over to my car. He's the employee. That dude he's the car wash worker dude. And he looks at me and he's like, "Yes." And I go, "Yeah, I need a car wash with Armor All." He's like, "Okay." And he opens up my car doors and he starts to vacuum my car. So I walk inside and there's no negotiator, which is really weird to me. Usually they get the guy with the pad and he's like, "Would you like a rhinestone Jack-in-the-Ball hat on your radio antenna?" And I'm like, "No." And he goes, "Great, $5." And I go, "No, I don't want it." "Do you want your car to smell like steak?" "I don't. I would like citrus if you have it." "Well, what about cherries?" "Well, I like cherries, but I'd really rather have citrus." "How about vanilla?" "No, thanks. Baby powder." "I am not a pedophile. I do not want my car to smell like baby powder."
Oh my God.
Why do they offer that? That's the fucking craziest thing in the world to me. "Hey, do you want your car to smell like baby powder?" "No, I do not. I am not Jimmy Savile. I do not need my car to smell like children. Thank you."
Oh.
So, so I just want, look, I want, here's what I want my car to smell like. And this is the truth. And you can probably guess it. Oranges. If I love orange medicine and I love orange Starburst and I love oranges, I want my car to smell like oranges. And they have a spray that makes it smell like oranges, but the car wash dudes don't have that. They have lemon and they have cherry and they have vanilla and they have new car and all that other bullshit. That's new car. That's another dumb one. Dude, I'm driving a car from 2006. I am not going to close my eyes and get it and go, My life is that much better. No, I am still driving my jalopy. You will not convince me with the smell. Because you know what? I have several other senses that involve themselves in wondering what kind of car I have. And they all say, tastes like a 2006. So I'm there, and I go inside. I tell the guy he's only got lemons. I go, good. I go, but extra lemon. I want the car to totally smell like lemon. And he's like, see. So I go inside. And I waited for the negotiator to come out and ask me some questions, but he's not there. So I go in, and there's a dude behind the counter. And this is weird. He wasn't Asian, but he looked like James Hong, the actor from Big Trouble in Little China. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody? Of course you do. But he wasn't Asian. That was the funky part. Like it was a non-Asian James Hong. Maybe a James Hongsmith. Let's go that. Jimmy Hongsmith. That's what he was. So I look at him, and this is going to be rough, and I apologize. He's just like, yes, sir, can I help you? Because he apparently was Peter Lorre. And I said, yeah, I just need a full wash and then an armor all on the tires and then the inside on the leather. Yes, well, we are having a special today where I would like to go ahead and offer you the special steam cleaning of your mats and rugs, and it's only another $18. So it's the whole total will be $47. I go, that's great. Not interested. I said, all I need is a full wash, and I need Armor All, like on the leather inside, and so I want the $25 wash with the Armor All on the inside and on the tires. Yes, well, if you'll just listen to me, sir, we were having a special, and I can go ahead and give you the steam cleaning. It's the best cleaning for your car, and it's another $18, so it's $47. I go, sir, I don't want it. All I want is a clean car inside and out, and I want it to smell like lemons. I want you to do me a favor and just go ahead and give me the regular wash with the Armor All, leather on the seats inside, and leather on all the dash and everything, and leather on the tires. And he goes, well, you're missing an opportunity, sir, because today is a special deal where I go, I'm out. Goodbye. And he goes, pardon? I go, I'm done. I want nothing. And I turn around and walked out. And he goes, sir, where are you going? And he chases me outside. And I go, I'm done. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, I'm done. I asked you 4 times for an overpriced $25 wash. I'm not going to bump up to a $47 wash because I'm the first customer of the day. I don't want it. I'm leaving. No, sir, it's okay. You don't understand. It's a special deal. I don't care what special deal it is. And meanwhile, the other dude is fucking just vacuuming my car. And I go, I'm done. And he goes, what? And I go, done. I'm leaving. I did the... yeah, I did, because I was like, because he wasn't understanding. I'm like, I'm done. He's like, okay. And I'm like, done. I'm leaving. So he's like, what? And he just stands up. And the other guy, literally, he reaches into my car and he puts his hand on my shoulder. And he goes, sir, it is okay. He goes, I will throw it in for free with the wash. It's okay. It's just a special. We want to keep you as a customer. I go, I was here. I tried to be a customer and I started the car. I go, you don't understand. I tried. Already $25 is too much for a fucking car wash. It's water and soap. And he's just like, well, but you're getting upset. They go, I am upset. I asked you 4 times for what I wanted. You tried to talk me into something else. I don't want it. I don't want anything. I don't want you. I want to leave. That's it. And he goes, but sir, and I go, let go of me. I want to leave. And I put the car in drive and I started to drive and he goes, sir. And I drive and I hear clunk, clunk. And well, yeah, I may have had the vacuum cleaner hose still in my car. And when I drove away, my door closed on it and dragged the fucking vacuum with it. And because I was just getting the fuck out of there. It was like, and I stopped because I thought I hit something. Sir! And I turn around. The vacuum cleaner hose is still in my car. Like, and it was still attached to the vacuum, sort of. Like the whole thing had been dragged, kind of. And I get out and I open my car and I pull it out. And then he comes up to me again and he's like, sir, you don't understand. It's okay. It's a good deal. Let us do it once and then you will pay the next time. And I go, I want nothing. I felt like Wonka at the end. Sir, I got nothing. And I get in my car and I drive off. And it's 9 a.m. I'm hyperventilating in my car because I'm so mad. And again, I don't know if this is on me or not. I don't know if it is. I mean, I shouldn't overreact. I shouldn't get upset. But if I ask 4 times for something and then you keep trying to sell me another overpriced thing, dude, listen to me. This is what I want. And I recognize you're not busy. So you're trying to make 2 sales in one. And I'm the first fucking dude of the day. And it's nice out, so maybe people aren't going to get washed their car. I don't fucking know. But I didn't just drive in here off planet and never had his car washed. I mean, what the fuck? You're not going to trick me into anything. Ever. Yeah, you are. You're going to trick me into a bunch of things, but not this. You've already tricked me into paying $25 for water, soap, and Armor All. That's it. Furious. So today I called on the Lord to wash my car. And you know what? Just as a nice gesture and to prove I'm not a total jag-off, on the way home, I'm going to stop at a church and put an envelope with $18 in it into a tithing box. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh my God.
You didn't steam clean my mats, but I'm paying you as if you did.
Oh my God.
Thanks for the free one. I tip my hat to the skies.
Oh my God.
The gray and watery skies. You know, if you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com, there is a thing there called the Joe Business page. Look, I'm going to say this because why not? It's probably an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it. That little car wash chunk, better than any podcast you're going to hear the rest of the week. On top of everything else you got, I just did that for you for no reason, for free. You know what? Do me a favor. Everybody come to my house, give me an envelope with $18 in it. It's funny that I would mention that. Because guess what, folks? At MikeSchmidtComedy.com, you will have all the opportunities in the world to give me $18. I don't know, but there's plenty of pages there for you to peruse and look at and do things. But here's the page we're talking about right now, folks. We're talking about the Joe Business page. J.B. Kendall, the Frontier Gentleman. That's another old-time radio show that I listen to. Nobody cares. All right, so the Joe Business page has been revamped and reconstituted, and it is amazing looking. It is in black and white, except for the links that you would click on to purchase things are in color. Beautiful color. Because of our friend David Hernandez and his painting skills. He's an amazing man, and I'm lucky to have him as a friend and a contributor and a head in the three-headed monster that is 40-Year-Old Boy Industries. On the Joe Business page, we have all sorts of stuff. We have tweaked gear for tweakedaudio.com. They have autoerotic asphyxiation watches. They have, no, autoerotic asphyxiation. Well, I guess you could. Normally they're cock rings, but if you have a really, provided your neck is like cock-sized. You got a cock-sized neck? Well, I hope not, because you better have a tiny head. You can't support a giant skull and a cock-sized neck. I don't think. They have autoerotic asphyxiation earbuds. And then, of course, they have cock ring watches and gear for you and me and Lily Von Stupp because she is great. This is her song, and she is great. I forget what I said. She's great in this part. There's, of course, tweaked audio. There's all sorts of artwork for sale, the stuff designed for the show by our friend David Hernandez. You can go ahead and buy it, and it'll be autographed by me and David and our friend Lily Von Stupp. You can donate to the show. $2 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, $25 a month, or just a one-time donation. That's pretty cool if you do that. Thank you for thinking of us. We have the Big Angry CD, which I will go ahead and sign and send out to you like I will to our friend Ron Boyd, who just bought that yesterday, I think. And I'm going to be sending it in the mail tomorrow, Mr. Boyd. So that'll be signed, sealed, and delivered. It's yours. We have all sorts of other stuff there on the page. Like I said, there's year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5, and year 6 of this podcast available individually or as part of a compilation in the Reservoir Schmidt Dogs box set. So that's donations, that's those downloads, that's, of course, the Big Angry CD. There's artwork, there's tweaked. Let me tell you this, folks. Schmidt Alive 2 is available now. That is an audio-video combo pack from this year's 2014 Los Angeles Podcast Festival. It's my performance in toto. And like I said, you can chain yourself to the computer and watch me, or you can put me in your ears and take me with you wherever you go. You can look. You know what you can do? Here's what you do. Start the video and wait until just after Lily's introduction. And then when I hit the stage, play Dark Side of the Moon in your earbuds. It's really awesome. It's really great. So yeah, man, buy that. That's Schmidt Alive 2. It's very cool. It's got amazing artwork from our friend David, and it's got, like I said, it's the audio and the video combo pack, and that's available right now at joebusiness.com. Big Angry. There's the Amazon link. That's very important, folks. Cyber Monday was just Monday. So, I said to people, hey, look, it's Cyber Monday. Why don't you go ahead and buy all of your Amazon stuff through our link? If you click on our Amazon link, it'll take you to our store. And then you can click through to the regular Amazon store, and anything you buy, I will get credit for. And that will help the show. Thank you so much for thinking of us. But yeah, use your Amazon link, or our Amazon link, for all of your online purchasing at anywhere you go. As a matter of fact, if you go to flues.com, use us. If you go to christianmingle.com, use us. In fact, if you go to christianmingle.com right now and use the code Burning Bush, there's a special deal on meeting redheads. So please go there now we get credit. Use the code Burning Bush 40. Burning Bush 40. That is the code.
39 other ones.
Maybe. So go do that. But here's what I'm here to tell you about. That's the Amazon link, and then Schmidt Alive 2. All of that stuff is cool, and it's also available for you to purchase, and thank you so much for doing so. But here's what I'm going to do to give back to you fine folks for Christmas. Christmas is upon us, or at least the season is, from what I understand. Christmas is on the way. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming, like George Washington. Weighs a fucking ton. It is on the way, folks. Christmas is almost here. Well, it's actually early December, and I really should be back at school. Perhaps I'll steal my daddy's cue and make a living out of playing pool. Oh, wait, my dad sold his cue for liquor. All right, so here's the thing, folks. Cyber Monday was Monday. And, of course, we had Black Friday with shopping specials. But here's what I'm bringing to you. Here's what 40-Year-Old Boy Industries is bringing to you, folks. We are now firmly ensconced in the bitterly cold month of December. That's right. It's December. And I think you know what that means, folks. Apparently Lily does from that unenthusiastic response. That's right. I hang it on you. Well, you just went, oh. Did you get stabbed? Perhaps you were stabbed. Did someone punch you in the gut? Someone punched you in the gut while I was talking.
It was you.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to give away all the mystery to the audience. It's theater of the mind, man. They got to know. So, as I'm getting close to the microphone. My lips are actually making contact with the windsock.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous thing in this house. Now I back off. Here's the deal, folks. It's December. I got shirts. They're multiplying. And I'm losing control.
Really?
Why not? So I know what you're home thinking. You're thinking, tell me more, tell me more. You don't think so? No. December. So in the tradition of Cyber Monday, where they always give you these prices and that's all fun, well, as you know, right now, as I speak right now, as I'm saying it, not as you're hearing it, but as I'm saying it, your dirt shirts are $25 American in America and $25 American internationally. It's because there's a shipping change and all that kind of nonsense, and I sent a lot of shirts to Canada, and I've sent shirts to England. You're shaking your head.
How much are they?
25 and 30?
Yes.
Yeah. They're 25 for the shirts here in the States, and then 30 if I have to ship it overseas. And you guys have been great, and thank you so much for your response and buying those shirts. But, I was talking about possibly a new shirt design and thinking about a bunch of different things. Who knows? But the point is, it's Yurt Dirt December, and I want to give back to you fine folks. And Christmas is coming up, as we all know, as I've mentioned. It is lurking in the distance. And I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a crazy mixed up t-shirt blowout.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Folks, normally the Yurt Dirt shirt is $25 if you live in America, $30 if you live overseas. Or in Canada, America's hat. Now, however, for the duration of Yurt Dirt December or until supplies last, you can get a Yurt Dirt shirt in America for $15.
What?
Yes. And I hear you people in Europe kvetching right now. Bigora, what about us, Mike? Arr, arr, arr. Well, Ireland, it's funny you would say that because just a second ago, England said, oh, I can't believe that he would be offering this shirt there to America and not to us here in England, right? And I say, absolutely, England. I would not leave you guys in the cold. So you know what I do? Wait, what's that, Australia? Crikey, what about us? Hang on to your horses, Australia. Hang on to your Aborigines. Hang on to your didgeridoos. Hang on to your Rick Springfield CDs. Don't get caught up in a counterclockwise lather. Anything else I can think about you people? You're included in this as well. Abroad. America's hat, America's basement. South America, way to steal half of our name. So I'm having fun. I may never leave. Honestly, I'm enjoying this show right now. This is fun. You know how liberating it is to just fucking parrot nonsense all day? It's great. I should be doing this for a living. And you people can support that by going to Yurt Dirt December and buying a $15 shirt in America or normally $30 overseas, $20.
What?
That's right. America's various and sundry closets and hats and places, and also the overseas people in Germany. That's right, Oliver Rachbein in Germany. Buy a shirt. Buy one for Pia. Oliver, you and Pia should have matching shirts. I'm speaking directly to one listener who I've met from Germany right now. Met him in Toronto, and then I met him here. He came here with Pia. Good guy. Christ, I hope he's still with Pia. This would be the most awkward podcast in the world for him at this point. I hope Pia's still listening if there has been a breakup, because she seemed to like me and think I was okay. But yeah, all of you people overseas, man, why don't you pick stuff up? That's awesome. And also the people here in America. $15 for America and then $20 for overseas. And that includes shipping. Look at that.
That's crazy.
It's an outrageous deal.
You're killing me.
Outrageous.
You're killing me, Mike.
And that's what I'm doing on Yurt Dirt December. And it will last until the end of December, I think, or until supplies last. And you know what? I also have, I'll tell you this, I have other shirts from other regimes. Like when I went out, I got Atlanta shirts, and I think I got some Denver shirts, and I know I got one of the Minneapolis Prince shirts left, I think. Whatever. I have a few of those. That was pretty cool. But I have just like one of each of those or whatever. If you want another shirt, write me and make an offer. Not to make an offer. I'm 15 is what, yeah. But I mean, tell me what you want. You'll have to donate to the show that way.
Ooh, I have a question.
Hold on. I'm going to call on the young lady in the back. Yes?
Never mind.
Okay. So what I'm saying to you folks is what you need to do is go ahead and participate in Yurt Dirt December. And that's for Yurt Dirt shirts. Yurt Dirt shirts. Because we are vascular. And as a nation, we are yoked. As a world, we are yoked. So if you want another shirt from another city, write me and I'll tell you what I got left. And we'll blow those out as well. And so, yeah, and there'll be I'll take care of it on the web. So please go ahead, man. Participate in Yurt Dirt December. And buy shirts for your loved ones. Buy them for the people you hate. Buy them for hobos. I don't care, quite frankly, as long as you send me the money. And then I get to send it to you. Because you know what? I really enjoy doing around the holidays? Standing in line at the post office. So please, make this boy's dream come true. Make this 40-year-old boy's dream come true. And remember to use the code BurningBush40 at every website on the internet for a deal, I think. I don't know. I don't know if there'll be a deal. But on Christian Mingle, there'll be a deal. You meet some Jesus-loving dude or lady, depending on your preference. Can dudes meet dudes on Christian Mingle?
No,
You don't think so?
I'm positive.
Because man not layeth down with man? Is that the truth?
You can't be divorced, or you can't be in the process of a divorce. You have to be fully divorced and old to be on there.
My good friend Lily Von Stupp knows a lot about ChristianMingle.com.
Fucking retarded.
That seems like a word that we shouldn't be using. Language. What if I was that dude?
Fucking?
What if all of a sudden, though, I just decided that? I was like, you know what? Language rule. All right. So go to Yurt Dirt December and pick up some shirts. Some shirts, a bunch of shirts. Buy all the shirts. I'm actually running out of some sizes, I know. Once they're gone, they're gone. And then we're on to the next thing. And the next thing will not involve buying this many fucking shirts. I can tell you that. Ah, see? Look, I'm not kidding. See that thing that flew by me? Why did you not look up? See, because you think it's a feather again, but it just flew right at my goddamn head. I'm not even joking. Was it your moth? Did you send a moth? You unleashed it. You unleashed a goddamn moth at me.
I don't have moths. I don't understand.
Put your cheaters on and look around. There's something flying in this room. All right, fine. If it comes by again, I'm telling you, I'm going to fucking take it out. See, that would be the greatest triumph in the history of this show. If all of a sudden I'm talking at the end and we're trying to bail, and then I kill that moth, dude, I'm going to fucking do a touchdown dance in your house. There he is. Boom. Got him. I think I hit him. He totally flew right at me and I smacked him.
What the fuck is wrong with
Look. See? There he is. See? I'm not crazy. It flew at you. Get it. Oh my God. But I'm not nuts. Please admit I'm not nuts. That's all I care about at this point.
You're nuts, but yeah, there's a moth in the house.
Yeah, damn it. That's right.
But you're still nuts.
I spike it.
That doesn't make you a winner.
Dude, he's on the wall. Can I kill him?
No.
No, can I just throw something at him and kill him?
No.
That'd be awesome. Dude, that's a lazy death. That's an awesome death. That's a valiant death. Because I'll fight a moth fucking hand-to-hand combat, let's go. But if he's just on the wall and I'm like, fuck you, moth, I don't even care about you, and I just whip a deck of cards at him and it smashes him, I win.
No.
Yeah, because he's dead, man, and his moth brains are smeared all over the place on the 7 of diamonds. Take that, moth! I'm changing the game, moth! Nobody remembers where that's from, except me. Remember when we sold a calendar? Remember when that was a good idea? For like a minute? Hey, by the way, it's Yurt Dirt December and we're blowing out calendars. I got plenty of them behind me. That was actually when we were doing business with an online outfit, an online consortium. That I won't say their name because, quite frankly, I hated them. And I still get email from them all the time like, hey, we want you back. No, you do not. You didn't want me when I was there. And now there's no way you want me back. Terrible place. Hated it. Hated every second about it.
I can't believe you're scared of a moth.
What scared? Who's scared of the goddamn moth? You saw me swinging at that motherfucker. I was going down, man. I was going to take it out. That thing, I can't believe you haven't fucking seen it. You really haven't seen it the entire day? That motherfucker has been buzzing the tower the entire time I've been sitting here. He's coming at me, man. I got a mic in my fucking mouth. I got my earbuds in, and he's coming right at my eyes, right for my eyes. That mouth wants to take a part. You know what? He was sent by the moth. That's the fucking thing. They know, they're like, dude, this totally is a storytelling podcast. There are no other storytelling podcasts besides ours. You know what? I better warn Christine Blackburn that the moth has sent moths, killer moths, death moths. Not just the moths you have in your eyes, but the fucking moths from the moth. And they're coming after me to try to shut me down. Well, you can't silence me, moth. Maybe I went to your fucking gathering and I tried to get on stage and I didn't, but you can't fucking silence me because I'm here in the oldest building in Hollywood and you can't touch me. Killer moth or no killer moth. I'm not having any part of it. You can send him. He can fucking come at me. I can buzz the fucking tower.
That's
and I'm not gonna fucking care.
$10,000, Connor. Yeah. You're a mean one, Mr. Schmidt. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Schmidt. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. You're a monster, Mr. Schmidt. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You got garlic in your soul, Mr. Schmidt. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. You're a vile one, Mr. Schmidt. You have termites in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Schmidt. Given the choice between the two of you, I'll take the seasick crocodile. You're a foul one, Mr. Schmidt. You're a nasty, nasty squirt. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of dirt, Mr. Schmidt. The three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote, Yurt, dirt, dirt. You're the rotter, Mr. Schmidt. You're the king of sinful sots. Your heart's a dead tomato squashed with moldy purple spots, Mr. Schmidt. Your soul is an appalling dump heap, overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable, mangled up and tangled up knots. Nauseate me, Mr. Schmidt, with the noxious super nos. You're a crooked jerky jockey and you drive a crooked horse, Mr. Schmidt. You're a three-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce.